All right, what is up, guys? Welcome to part 3 and hopefully the final part of the Clean versus Weathered feedback special. Please, God, let it be the last one. We do have quite a bit to go through, so I'll keep it short.
I'll make sure it's the last one.
We'll get through the builds. We'll talk about the builds, and then I'll go ahead and show everybody that's on screen today. We do have a couple of extra people to help us out, not including Zach and Tim. Also, Mr. Mike Rinaldi at Rinaldi Studio. What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Thanks. Yeah, what's up, fellas?
All right. So we're going to skip everybody's roundtable because everybody knows where everybody can find everybody. So let's go ahead and start off.
Let's do it.
The first build, and this one is by, if I remember who it was, it is by Josh. Let's go ahead and show that.
Are we in the J still? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're still in the J's.
So many.
Yeah, this is a fun, fantastic build.
Really cool. Moving on.
Oh, this guy.
I like it, but it's not a winner. Next.
Okay.
Thank you, Z.
So the next one, so from Josh. Great build. Next one. Jeez.
I really like that one a lot. I thought his customization was really nice on there. It looked like that was something that Bandai would put out.
That was also the first time he had worked with Anchoret paints.
Yeah, Anchoret paints.
Yeah, like the way it laid down was really, really nice. All right, so the next build we've got is from Jun.
Hey. It's really nice. Great color scheme.
Can you make that a little bit larger to fit the space a little bit for us? I mean, the overall window without the kind of gray border around there. Or can you not change that?
I think you get.
It won't let me change it. Yeah.
It's that, or you get nobody.
Yeah, it's just a viewer, I think.
Okay. Either way.
The decals are nice.
I was gonna actually say that I didn't like the decals on it. The decals I thought were distracting from the color scheme.
I can see that.
So, yeah.
They are nice, though.
Yeah, nice decals. I don't know what they're from. It's kind of hard to see in the photo, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I mean, I get what he was going for with the theme, and so I see how the decals were kind of meant to fit with the theme, but I think they just look a bit distracting.
You think if they were...
Go ahead.
You think if they were in more of a color tone of the rest of the suit, it'd look better?
Yeah, maybe in like a pastel-y kind of color, similar to the green. Not green, but like a
turquoise.
Yeah, or like even like pastel pink or purple or something. Right?
Ooh, that'll look cool.
Is that gold decal on the front skirts? Those long extensions of the front skirts, or is that a gold panel line? I can't tell.
It's a gold panel line.
That's a gold panel line,
Wow.
sir.
Bold move. Bold move.
You can see some of the masking is kind of rough there on the side
Yeah,
some of the putty.
That's what I was gonna say. The color is fine. I thought the color scheme was good. It's just the application is not that great.
I could see using gold decals with this, but they need to be different kind of decals than those like flowers and shamrocks and stuff like that. That doesn't seem to fit too well to me.
Or just maybe not so many as well too. They're kind of just placed all over the place.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. So that was from Jun. Thank you, Jun. Good work. Next up, we have who do we have? One from Justin. If it will load up, there it is.
Good.
Yeah.
I like this suit in general. I don't know if those colors are the best on it.
Yeah, that gold's kind of a weird fidelity. It's got like a lot of grain.
Yeah.
Really flaky.
This ticks 3 of Tim's do nots.
At least 3.
I honestly don't mind the color combination that much. I think the balance is maybe a little bit off. Maybe a little bit. It seems like equally distributed, like 30% gray, 30% dark gray, 30% gold. If it was a little bit more kind of like 60, 30, 10, something like that, I think maybe it would have been.
The gray's reading as primer to me too.
You
know, it's not coming off as like a nice tone of gray. It's kind of a primer gray in effect.
It looks like it's maybe not panel lined at all, or maybe just a little bit here and there. Also, could use some decals. A couple. You don't always have to use a ton, but I think a couple here and there would have been nice.
Yeah, absolutely no panel wash whatsoever, and then the texturing on this black is also quite distracting.
And there's every seam was not taken care of, I don't think, in the suit.
Yeah, I think it's only half painted. I think that is primer.
It does kind of look like that because of the finish. It looks like primer, I think. Yeah, especially compared to that black is kind of semi-gloss and the shiny gold, and then the super matte gray.
Yeah, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Paint everything. Don't just leave it primer. That's. Don't be lazy. All right. So, Justin, thank you. On to the next one. Sorry, we have to go through them so quickly just because there's so many.
Nature of the beast.
It feels weird. It feels weird.
From Justin. It does, because usually we spend at least 10 minutes on each one.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting on.
And also, people, I mean, who are wanting feedback, if you missed the first, or if you missed the previous episodes, just go back and watch those, because we talked a lot more in depth about previous ones, and a lot of the same commentary would apply to a lot of these. So, you should have a pretty good idea of what we're looking for and everything.
Yeah,
I like the color scheme change.
Yeah, this one definitely had an excellent finish, I think.
Yeah, looks solid.
Yeah, not an easy thing to do, I feel like, to change the color scheme of an Eva, because we're so well familiar with what colors they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks great, the colors on
Did all
this.
the weapons come with this thing, or did he add?
No, the weapons on the arm is that part of that weapon set.
It's a coat kit, right? Yeah, it's a coat set.
The missile pod is the Bandai option set. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Gatling gun is actually from the V dash, isn't it? It's from the Master Grade V dash, I believe.
I don't know.
I think so.
This is a good example of risk reward on using a lot of colors. You know, there's a lot of colors on this thing, a lot of different variations of tone, and it's well executed. Pulls it off nicely. Good balance.
Yeah. He would have been better off without this this gold. Like if you're rushing something and you know it's what's the word for it? If you think like it's missing something and you are running out of time, just don't worry about it. Leave it
that black
because this is sloppy application.
Yeah, because the red missile tips give you enough of that, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I thought I was just thinking how nice that looks
in
like.
The yellow gun.
Yeah, that's like an add-on weapons pack. You know, it's like it doesn't belong to it. It's just a different loadout for that sortie or whatever.
Yeah, well, all the colors I think work out really well. I think it's too many weapons though for me. The Gatling gun and the like Brian's talking about, the weapons added on the missile pod and the Gatling gun. If it was without those and just had just the rifle and the sword, I think
It's
would
like
have
that
been.
opening scene in Commando when Schwarzenegger comes out of the boat. You know?
Yeah.
I'm ready, boys. Bring it. I'll
All
comment
right.
on the clay base, but we can move on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a
For my-
clean build with a clay base or dirt base like that personally, but yeah,
Right.
you're all good.
Yep.
Yeah, it wouldn't go. All right. So thank you, Justin. All right. Next one. We're on to the
Nice
Ks. This one is from Kendall. And this one was on my list, at least.
Yeah.
It's the artifact.
Oh, this is the mini. Yeah, dude.
This is the mini.
Yeah, it's pimp. These are
Super,
efficient
super
kids.
clean.
Yeah, we appreciated this one just for the scale, the challenge of trying something that challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
having
the
built that, that's
the
not fun.
application. Yeah, the application of this was so nice for something so small. And just a couple of things that that kind of, for, at least for me, in terms of following the brief, he absolutely followed the brief. The only thing was these panel lines are just way too bold.
Yeah.
It was what we agreed upon.
Drive a truck through those things.
That's the way the kit.
It's a valley.
Because that's how the surface is on those kits. It was. I built a couple of those, and I was like fighting that mentally. How do you handle that? But I mean, obviously, don't use black per se. But I mean, you could have, other options. But I like this one a lot too.
Yeah.
This was a nice little build, fun to look at, and
It's a baller
just
move.
thinking
And
about how
this is
small
why I give
this
guys
is.
props for this kind of stuff. Thinking outside the
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, and he modified the pose as well too. So I mean,
It's nicely done, given how rough these things are.
Do these have joints, or are they just like single clamshell
Yes,
type things?
Like, you can kind of like rotate your shoulder. You're like,
yeah. It's very simplistic.
The
They're
legs move
basically
like
not
a
meant to have
millimeter.
any articulation. Yeah.
It's like old He-Man back in the day, OG He-Man, where you just get the arms.
Super basic.
An amazing 5 points of articulation.
The waist with the rubber band in it. All right.
Man, Happy Meal toys have more now. Damn. All right.
Yeah.
So Kendall, dude, this was an amazing build. I really liked it. It was on my list. It was on my top 12, I think.
I was in the weather. This was on my list too.
Yeah.
Like,
He was like, wait a minute.
Sweet. Yeah.
All right. So next up we have, what is his name again? Kevin. So, yeah, pal. There we go. So I thought application of this was good. I just felt it was too muted for me personally.
Where I think that the other wing that we looked at in the last episode, I thought that it's a very similar color scheme to that basically, but I think it worked so much better on the other one because I think he muted it kind of even more so. And I don't know. I think this one's like very glossy as well too, or it's I guess semi-gloss maybe. But
This one might
Yeah,
be more
it's
photo.
gonna-
Good photos would have helped this one a lot better. I think.
mm,
I'm not thinking it's well lit enough to really capture its.
Yeah, you're not getting fidelity on the bokeh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good.
I mean,
work, but this just isn't coming out the way I think he thinks it's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, props for it being in focus because there are photos out there, or some of the entries that we've had where they weren't in focus at all. But composition could have done some work because I know he's constantly trying to keep the wings in frame when that's not necessarily what we need to look at.
sure. Yeah.
There's some skill there though. It's nicely done.
And that's a quick change.
I think
you're
the
having
yellow,
fun. That's ultimately what matters, right?
the yellow not being in that like pure yellow, but in more like just a orange yellow or even gold or something like. I don't know. Maybe it could have been nice that just plain yellow. I always hate to see just plain yellow, straight up
Yellow is hard. It looks like that yellow's put on pretty thick too. I mean, not for nothing.
Yeah.
This is a
And it's a bit
Oh, go ahead, Tim.
overpowering because it's fully saturated, unlike those other colors, you know?
Yeah. Like it,
So
can
maybe
also see
like
the
a
primer.
Eva kit, but not here.
you can see the
Starbright
primer
gold or
through the
something,
yellow.
where it's like not super yellow. I think would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see the primer through that yellow too. You can see the gray underbase.
That's the rough. You got to do another color. You can't just do gray base.
Yeah.
You want your yellows to look right without having to put down 15 layers.
User. All right,
least that's
so
what I
that
found.
was. who was that again? Kevin. Yes, Kevin. All right. So next up we have Kevin, another Kevin,
Another Kevin too.
Kevin 2, with his Barbatos.
Mhm.
In terms of texturing, this one was a big guilty person of having a little heavy-handed on the trigger of the airbrush.
Mhm.
Lots of orange peel, especially on his colors. His whites are all right, but he's missing a lot of the kind of basics, the panel washes and all that stuff. But his decal application was also pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, this looks like a guy transitioning into kind of getting his stuff together.
Mm.
Right.
He's a step or two away from getting it all worked out.
Yeah.
It's clean though.
Yeah, I think that was the idea.
I don't think the base is helping.
Yeah, what do you think about the base, Mike? I was curious because you mentioned the clay base. What do you think about the tile base?
Well, the clay base was dirty and it was roughed and there was footprints like it was an actual real base. And this is kind of a paved stone idea sort of a thing. I wouldn't have anything like this kind of thing, like where you're going to mix kind of realistic with something that's kind of more in this clean vibe a little bit. It feels half finished to me. Like there's a missing transitional point between the model and the base, and that's kind of where I struggle with it. Maybe just because I come from the other side, so I don't know. It's okay.
No,
I wouldn't have done it personally, but it's I would use it for something else. It needs like a person or two on the figure to kind of give it something to. Those are giant stones with big gaps.
Yeah, well, exactly. Or are they not? Is it like what I tried to do with mine, where I tried to break the scale with it a little bit? You know, because there is the cloth loses all the scale because the cloth is always tough when you're trying to do something that's dozens of whatever feet tall or meters tall. Like
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
With the base and like also just with the color scheme and the cape and everything, if you imagine this as just like not a Gundam but just like some other, just like a 10 meter or not 10 meter, I mean like 10 foot tall just robot from some other anime or something like that, where it's like a night robot kind of anime. It works a lot better.
That's not what I
actually.
got from this at all. It almost feels like the base wasn't made for this, and he just put it.
Oh yeah,
That's kind of my thought. It's just kind of putting the two together. Which is,
I'm just saying, if you look at it in a different way, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
It's a good sword holder, whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
A holding sword. All right, so good job, Kevin number 2. That was great. All right, next up we have, I can't remember this guy's name. KG. There we go. All right, so and his Curios.
Oh yeah.
Kamehameha stance. Nice.
Yeah, it's another one where you focus too much on doing all sorts of different poses instead of just showing the kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think even you outlined, Zach, to do like, front, back, side to side, and then like get creative,
Yes, certainly on the next contest, I'll be very specific about exactly what we're looking for in the photos. Which, actually, I'll just give everyone a little heads up. The next contest is going to be announced next week. So,
Oh wow.
Oh,
that,
oh man.
coming right up.
Fast and Furious.
Everything. I mean, I think his application is good. Everything that's matte is great. This metallic is really jarring though to look at,
Yeah.
and not even in terms of application.
Well, it would look good in a weathered kit, but like I could see that as some like, maybe like not oxidized, but oxidized aluminum or something like that, or like some ashy zinc, like a heavy zinc coating, like something galvanized crazily, and then it's been like hit with a bunch of water and oxygen.
Pap, zoom into the chest.
Is there?
Ooh,
Are those orange pieces even painted?
yeah, you can see the spider webbing of the paint between them.
Well, I mean on the yellow, but I'm talking about on the orange.
Oh, the actual
Yeah.
orange.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
don't know.
orange.
That's a good question.
Good question.
And there's a nub on the other yellow vent on the other side of that
Yeah,
chest.
on the inside of the vent piece there. It could not be. I mean, either that or he matched the color pretty close to what the original plastic was. Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, which is certainly possible. I mean, but it is not a very common color orange.
Yeah, I mean this is definitely a learn to crawl before you walk type of thing. I mean he's got the LEDs going, and he's got
He's excited.
these funky weapons and all this and that, and it's just like you gotta master the basics first before you get into all that stuff,
Yeah,
because it just detracts. You know,
I'm a big preacher of different finishes and stuff like that. But if you want to make sure all of your different finishes are equally as good as each other, and I feel like here it's a bit of your metallics are a bit of a misstep, and also the basics, yes, as Tim has mentioned.
Yeah. And I love the 1-to-1 air conditioner in the back. That's great. Really very detailed back
build,
there.
by the way.
Yeah.
Point upwards to the sky, Naoki style.
Right. I mean, put down a piece of poster board or something behind it. Just.
Well, he had that big black wall right there next to there.
Something.
Over in front of the
that
wall.
would have, if anything, that would have made your build pop because it's orange and white and whatever other colors there were.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, and I don't know if this is because it's ZakuAurelius contest, but I feel like a lot of these guys, like just kind of touching on what Tim said, a lot of these guys are trying to go big or go home rather than like I'm just gonna do a nice, do the basics like tight clean kit versus like I'm really trying to win this one because it's a big contest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shrug my shoulders at that because it's hard to tell. All right, so the next one we have Kira. There you go. I thought this was pretty well done.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like at this scale, at the and the amount of detail. I think this is the RG, correct? Yeah, it's the RG. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I would have liked some more variations of the white / grays.
Actually, I like it exactly how it is. I was about to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's subtle, but it's perfect for what it is. I think. Yeah. It's subtle. The white background is not helping it because you're kind of losing the variations in the white because everything's just this big bright white background.
Yeah.
Now this is a good example though of that front, back, side to side.
Yeah, you got it.
And then do a little action pose and don't go crazy.
A little side step.
If you can call that an action pose, sort of.
He's going somewhere, right?
Yeah, he's going somewhere.
Astray his first steps.
No, yeah, I think it's nice. It's a good, solid, clean build. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, Julio?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? What was that?
I mean, it's nice. It is. It's really well done. Thanks.
I'm with Pabs on the. I would like to see the gray slightly darker, in my opinion. I actually would like to see them slightly bluer, personally, because I feel like the blue is lacking on the kit, and the red really blows it out. And I feel like if the gray was like a gray blue, like maybe it would look a little bit different. It's hard to say. There's speculation and all objections. So
either that or tone the red down. I think if the red was in like a little bit more pastel, kind of almost going towards pink a little bit. You'll see that you guys know Yupa on Twitter, right? It's one of my favorites. A lot of times for his reds, he uses like just straight up pink, but you kind of have to trick the eye by using pink. And then like when the build all comes together, it looks red. But
yeah,
I think that would have been perfect for this.
That's really good color theory. So
like gray and black.
Now, I don't know if this is just me, but is this a bit of a lavender, or is this just
it's a lilac?
That's
I think it is.
very subtle. I would have liked that on some of the kit. Yeah, a little bit more, please. Thank you. All right,
it's very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Kira. That was a great build. All right, next one. Only because it had some lavender in it. All right, so this is a what is this? Entry grade?
Entry grade.
Entry grade, you're right.
Entry grade.
That's a lot of work on an entry grade.
No kidding. Wow.
Oh yeah. Wow.
What say? Holy shit.
Oh, I remember this.
Really well done. Can you zoom in, Peps?
Yes, sir. Where you want me to zoom in? The crotch?
Everywhere. I want to
zoom in and give us the pan. Do a little turn around.
Looks like he's actually polished his gloss coat.
Yeah.
Now show it off.
Work on that. For gloss,
I was gonna say.
Nicely done.
I was gonna say in some of the photos, it looks like he was a little heavy-handed, right? Because it looks like that you've got some pooling at the very edge. Right
yeah, with the gloss coat, yeah.
A little bit.
And while he did put a ton of work into it, I feel like the panel line theory is not as good as the actual panel lining, technique.
Yeah.
The lines look
Kind
pretty
of
sharp.
All the
Everything
photos
looks.
are zoomed in too. I need some.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
They're all one weight. All the lines.
Mm,
A little bit of variance in there would have been nice.
mhm.
The
Well,
pin
we
line
just
on the
have-
shield doesn't follow through around the edge, right there. And I
Right.
think there's some
Part.
hairs.
Oh yeah, plenty of hairs on that.
Yeah,
Look at them hairs.
Yeah.
Plenty of hairs. I just had a cat on my lap. You guys got to take care of that stuff. You know?
Mm.
This would have looked great with a matte coat. I think
I
that
think his goal was high gloss though. I think
Oh,
that's
of
kinda-
course.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely,
Polish
definitely
this
high
one.
gloss.
Yeah, like real high gloss. Because I
it's
agree.
chunky.
Tone it down, but yeah. For
I
what the
also feel like
sizes
the-
and the glossiness of it, I think it's fairly well handled given what you're really looking at. Probably the
Right.
frames are deceptive.
I think the different tones of white are really nice, and I really like the addition of the white on the gun as well too. It's a nice.
The variance.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
giving
like
it like a
That's very
dingo
nice.
squad kind of vibe.
I feel like some of the details he added don't
bit
really
much.
kind of they don't mesh well like,
Yeah.
with it because it looks like he's just putting them on the surface and it's just kind of just floating there and it doesn't mesh.
Yeah.
Is it me or the holes weird?
The what?
The holes, like they seem out of place.
They seem, yeah, they're a little oddly spaced and sized, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're a bit big.
Yeah, but
The
this is
decals
a-
look amazing though.
Yeah,
Good application. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could do that with any brand, right, Tim? Come on.
with
Can
that
you,
much
though?
amount of gloss, you can.
Yeah, you should-
That much amount of gloss. Oh goodness.
He put
Yeah,
a lot of work
this
into
is
this,
great.
though, man. Yeah, he really did.
Keep going hard,
He
man.
has a-
You're doing good.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
before-
kind of what I was saying, Brian. Is this
There
is
he
a
is.
guy who's gonna step away from one or two builds away from being pretty solid here. This is on the path.
Yeah.
He's got the theory and the stuff in his head. He's just putting it down on the table. I think.
Practice, experience, keep it up. Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
kind of things, definitely.
Yeah, definitely really cool.
Solid work,
Really
though.
cool.
Solid work.
Hey, zoom in to the inside of the forearm. Did he fill in that hole?
Yeah,
No.
Covered it.
he covered it.
Covered
it.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about in the elbow joint, the big gap in the elbow.
Oh no, I'm talking about the
Mhm.
the one in the forearm.
Fidelity
But
on
hey,
that.
that's still something, you know.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say the
looks like
fidelity
it's-
on that slat plate. You got to watch the edges of your styrene. If you guys are gonna just slap
Nah.
styrene on, you got to chamfer. You got to do a lot of stuff. You got to watch the old Childofmecha videos from about a year and a half ago. Tim
Outline
was doing that.
scratch.
He was once building this SD unicorn.
Those are the dark times, man. We don't talk about them times no more.
All right, so Consento, thank you. That was an awesome build, man. I really want to see what you come up with next. If this was one of your first couple of builds.
Props for
All right,
being
next up we
integrated.
have we're on to the L's. We have a build from Lala. Wait, no, yeah, we do, but it's not up yet.
Lala
From
soon?
Lala. There it is.
Who?
It's
Dead.
about to pop up. There we go.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of red.
That's a lot of red.
Mm-hmm. I actually thought the additions of the different stuff to the Hazel design actually worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. Cannons look nice with it. I don't know about that claw though.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
I don't mind.
I think it goes well enough for what in terms of aesthetics. It looks
Mm.
okay. Yeah.
I feel like
Is
it's
it
something I
not one
see in Armored Core.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering
Pat,
if this is hand painted.
This is
Yes.
Go back
pick
one.
pick a pose and go with it. Kind of
Zoom into the
conversation.
forearm there.
Yeah, that's a big old seam, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that silver leaves a little bit to be desired.
This is the HG, no?
Mhm.
Yeah, but those are IBO arms, aren't they? Forearms from like the.
Astaroth, maybe?
No, they're really wide.
Just got
So I'll
big
say like
meaty
from the.
paws.
They're not from.
They almost look like they're from a Zeta because look at the block on the side.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Like the
Is that scribing?
Mhm.
I was gonna say, is that all custom scribing there on the shoulders and the cod piece?
It
Yeah, I
looks
was
like
gonna. I was gonna say that. I was like, the scribing I think is nice and is decent. It would have been nice if you applied the wash that was up here onto the crotch, because it doesn't look like there's any.
Yeah, it's
on
really
there, or
light.
it's really light.
It's hard
I
to
would
see,
have
too.
liked some more detailing on the torso. It's a lot of open space there.
Especially the middle section, because it looks like they probably plot plated the bottom of it to raise it up, and then didn't add any details or anything.
Or added the riser, have a just cut off chunk riser.
Yeah, something.
And while I like the red, it definitely, and I see that there are two tones of, like red and salmon, pink, whatever. I would have liked another, a bit of a higher contrasting secondary color on the suit itself.
You got black right there, right next to it. It's pretty contrasting.
I think some white
Shut up,
would
Zach.
look nice.
It looks like there's three tones of red here, right? You got
Yeah,
this
it does
pink,
look
Yeah,
red,
it does look like
deep
3,
red.
but they're freaking so similar.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
close.
You're drowning in red, and like the kit bash is really cool. Or the kit bash and this
Drowning in red. I used to listen to them in the 90s.
I'm glad somebody got the reference.
The different color faceplate, which almost never works, I think it's kind of fine. It works well enough for this one, I think, somehow. Yeah.
It feels like Transformers.
Yeah. I think if the feet,
technical issues too.
I think if the feet were like that dark gray,
Yeah.
it probably would have pulled this whole design together a lot better.
I'm thinking some white from the claw in the suit would look nice.
Yeah.
Just to match up.
Hmm.
That red and white goes well together.
Yeah.
All right, so
Certainly not too much of that. Why I feel like if you added too much of
Yeah,
that,
just
it would
small
be-
pops.
Yeah.
In the middle of the
Right on.
scribes, he did. Middle of the pen lines.
all right, so thank you, Lulu. Now we're on to Lear's build, and this is this another entry code, or is this the
Another
Heat?
entry.
Entry, right?
That's the revive.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, the Heat Revive.
Ooh,
Titans,
Ooh.
low.
very nice.
It's missing the head Vulcan though. The Titan version.
True.
You got a bit of silvering on your decals. Just be careful of that. And just apply a quick gloss coat. Whenever
bit of
you
grain
apply
in that.
decals.
Finish too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 02 on the shoulder and the Titans on the chest don't really fit the space very well either. You can see the
Yeah, they're a little big.
one on the chest is kind of going over the line there, and the
Yeah.
2 seems like it's like cramps just barely fitting on that space there.
Cut your
Same.
decals. Yeah.
When it comes to fitting large decals in areas, don't force it. If it doesn't fit,
It doesn't fit.
then don't force
Yeah.
it.
The holes on that left shoulder, where
They
the
don't
other,
match, yeah.
your other left Pabs. There you go,
Oh.
right there.
Just sand
Um,
that down,
Yeah, sand that down, chamfer it, something. But that
Even-
that slag right there is not a
Well,
a
you're
good
looking at the
sight.
chest. Look at the chest, man. Like the 2 here and then the 2 here. They're just
Yeah.
they just don't. Your location is tough, guys. So if you're so this is metalworking, right? So it relates to this stuff. If you have a thing, you can do a nice layout. And I use these pencils here. They're by Generals or whatever. They're just like a mark on anything kind of pencil. It's basically like a small wax pencil. It's water soluble, so you don't have to worry about it staining your shit. Anyhow, do a layout and put a tiny little pinprick with like an awl or like this, which is like a carbide scribe, something with like a tiny, like a sharp point. So once you make that pinpoint in the exact right spot, you can use that as a guide for your drill. So that will allow you to make sure your accuracy is on point, and then you don't have to stress with wander, because drill bits, especially if they're not a split tip, if they're like a wedge tip. Your little drills, even if they're teeny tiny, they will walk on you or they'll drift left or right. So if you're really trying to get that accuracy, which is really what we're looking at here, that is a good way to go about that, is to add a little pinprick with with an awl or a scribe, and then to use like a good visible water soluble or removable, even regular pencil will work if you sand the surface of the plastic a little bit. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
Sand
you also
down
have some-
those. like that ramping in your scribes on the chest.
Yep.
Got a little CA glue, man. You sand that down. It's like it's not even there.
It also looks like you didn't clean out your panel wash on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Careful of that. Yes.
It's
The
nice
color's
like
all
that,
right,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Oh, that big 02 on the back of the shoulder. Oh,
Yeah.
no, way too big.
Forcing it. Yeah.
Yeah. The red accent on the inside of the thruster bell is cool, though, on the back. I like that.
Yeah, the tips.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
I wish it was continued. It looks like there's a bit of a
Mighty chip.
Yeah, maybe.
a little bit of a chip right there. Yes. All right. So that was from
Not bad, man. Keep going. Keep going.
Indeed. All right. So
Michael Dawson, not like China markers. China marker, I have them somewhere in all of my shit. It's a mess. They're more of a wax based, and they're going to give you like a lower fidelity. If you have like a China pencil, that may work, but because you can get it to a really fine point, I would say that you should probably sharpen the shit out of your pencil every time you make a mark. Then, because you're going to lose fidelity and you're going to lose your accuracy. Then, yeah. Mechanical pencils probably maybe your best bet. I mean, I know they make colored lead for mechanical pencils too, so I don't know.
all right. So next up we have Lee.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, look at that.
Play
Yeah.
Raw.
That's fancy.
It's fancy. Yes.
It's fancy.
Um,
yeah.
I think his application is really good. Color flow could use some work. I feel like it's all over the place.
Too blocky.
Yeah, it's messy as mine was.
It's
It
like
almost works as
it's
camouflage. It's hard to see the suit. as a
True.
whole.
It's the background.
I mean, the Hizentale is already quite difficult to look at in terms of
Yeah,
like,
it's
it's
busy.
all legs, some torso, a little bit of
Yeah.
arm, but like this, yeah, like the in terms of the color scheme here, it's just hard to define anything like when you're looking at
Yeah.
it. So that was a big.
It's very contrasty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the gray. You know, the lighter gray bits on the scroll down like on the legs and stuff like that.
Mm.
I don't know if they were needed, or if they could have used a few shades lighter than that.
Yeah, blend in more with the white.
Yeah, because it does
Keep variance. Yeah.
Your eye doesn't know where to go. You know,
I see what you're saying.
There's
Yeah.
like there's no flow.
Yeah, there's no
Visually to it.
calmness to this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's really well executed. This was in my top 10, but just the color applications here and there, I think were a little ho
Especially on
hum.
the color flow. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
just-
one of the things that I love about the Advanced Zeta designs and why I don't really like a lot of the resin kits of them is or like the detailed up resin kit versions. Not if you get like the OG Japanese ones, then those are good. But the Advanced Zeta designs have like big wide open spaces and then really detailed areas.
Yeah.
And if you take the wide open spaces and just like chop them up and add a bunch of panels and details, then you kind of don't have that aspect of the Advanced Zeta designs like they're on the legs. Normally that's just like a big long white panel there, sort of like a column. I do really like the addition of the excess boosters. I think that works pretty well.
Yeah.
Add on to the back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that as well. I like
This
the
is-
metal
this
on the
is-
outside, but I feel like it's lacking on detail on the inside. Maybe that's because I'm going back to being doing more traditional models. But even when I was working on my Sentinel a couple years ago, beginning of the pandemic shit, you got to add detail to the insides and the outside. The insides of those thruster bells are completely flat and completely smooth, and they would not be like that. Even if it was shiny crispy, which is fine, they would still have some level of detail to that. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit, even ribbing, like slight ribbing. You can get half round styrene in a really, really small size, do a little file on the end to make it like smooth A, and just slap a handful of those in there, get your chopper out, cut them up. It's a pretty simple thing to do that adds so much more. And then too, like there's like a little bit of stepping inside the verniers that are on the outside of those thruster bells, like the directional verniers. And I think that's just a mold line or something like that. And two, that's also a place where you're missing a beautiful chance to add a slight little bit of detail that makes so much more effort, so much more effect.
And even just to piggyback off that, the housing for the thruster bells, where they connect. Go back one, Pabs, real quick, and then zoom into that.
Yeah, it's just like
the housing in between the thruster bells there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in there. Could definitely use just a little pop of detail. The inside of those fins that, on the side of the thruster bells, those are just, blank canvases that are screaming, please add detail to me. So,
if I'm honest, this is a 6 to 8 month project you try to jam into 2. So it's one of those to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like really
I'm very
done
proud
on
of
a lot. But this one, like you should have just done a wound wart for the contest. It's a third the size. But yeah,
well, that's where those 3D printed detail parts would come in handy for, like what Tim's talking about. Just slap a couple of those, especially for, like inside those areas where it's not different from like the entry grade we saw before, where he used those on top of the armor. Using those in recessed details areas those would be a good fit.
I'll give him this much. This is a really good example of mixing different finishes. His metallics and his mattes are in good spots, and it's a good flow of at least that. Definitely needs a better color theory and color flow. All right, so cool stuff, Lee. Good job. Next up, we have Lime. It's not his real name, is it? Come on.
Well, Lemon Lime.
His name's Lime.
Oh, yeah, I would guess that's not. I just use whatever name is their email name. So, the paint is just not well applied on this.
Wow.
No, not
It looks
at all.
like the brown was hand brushed on.
This person's really young.
I love that black though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the black solid.
Is
Mike,
that black?
Mike, you're saying this is a young builder?
Yeah, if you look at the name card, this is a really young first time model builder guy. So yeah.
Yeah.
I like the additions.
I wasn't competing at his age. I'll give you that much. So
True. I definitely wasn't.
Straight up.
This is how
I was
you
probably
start.
picking my
so
nose,
props.
eating my boogers. So.
Wow,
I was fogging canopies at that age, man. I was using the wrong glue in the wrong places, and everything had fingerprints on it. Everything was a silver decal on raw plastic.
Babs, look at you.
right?
Babs out here eating boogers. That's how you get good at painting. You eat your
We're going
boogers.
to talk about that on Mechanism tomorrow night, Pabs. We're going to go all in on that topic.
I was like, what do
You better
you
believe
young
it.
people do? I don't know what young people
He's
do
gonna
anymore.
revisit that one.
Yeah. We're going to talk about you eating your boogers.
He's
You know
all
what?
sorts of daddy issues. Yeah.
You know what? I'll give him this much. His application of the black is actually really nice. Like especially on the head.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So that's why I was wondering. I'm guessing that brown, that texture is not supposed to be there, but it almost kind of looks like it is supposed to be there with just how different it is compared to the black.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
I think he's going for kind of a rough brush painting kind of contrast to the smooth black. I think it's intentional.
Maybe it's like a
With the
wood
hand-
texture
with
he was aiming
hand-painted
for.
finish in there. No, he's doing some stuff.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got like a real like 70s finished Ethan Allen kind of vibe from it. Like some highly polished finished wood.
Very
from that.
sophisticated 12-year-old, but yeah.
Yeah, for faux, doing faux wood at that age. I mean, I didn't start doing faux until I was 14. So
Rich mahogany.
actually, it's 16.
You merely adopted the faux wood. How's
No, it's
Hey.
great.
Mike, is there any way to increase the volume there, Mike? Because it's kind of hard to hear you.
Am I low?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little low.
A little bit low, yeah.
No, you got to tell me these things, boys, because I don't fucking know.
Sorry.
Input
Yeah, I could hear
volume.
you like well enough, but it's a little
Okay.
bit.
Is that better? Popped
Yes,
up the little
definitely.
mic input.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No worries.
So next
I'm
one. we
speaking
have-
softly today too. It's a long week here.
Yes,
Well,
it's like
it's-
ASMR, Mike.
The real question
Yeah.
is, are you carrying a big stick?
Always, brother.
Oof.
Like,
Gotta ask
A
that.
rage nucleon stick today, actually, but
Ah,
Oh jeez. All right. So next up we have Liquid
Throw
Sword
more now.
Customs. That is
ah.
PG Unleashed.
Yeah.
wow.
That's
Good one.
nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Color flow is great.
Props
color
for
theory is
finishing the
great.
whole thing. Jesus Christ,
Oh yeah. Stages one. Was it 4 stages? This thing has right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good job on that. Yeah, his application and finish are awesome. Really good build. A lot of fun. I think this was in all of our lists, no?
It was in mine.
It was definitely in mine, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was definitely in my top 10.
Yeah.
Great colors. I think we had 2 really nice PGs. It was this one and then the dark one we saw before.
Yes.
The kind of like dark purple one.
Little
I thought
face on
that-
the back skirt. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I thought the other between the two, the other one was a little bit nicer. I think as we discussed them both, we were kind of comparing them while we were doing the judging, and I think the other one edged it out as being a little bit nicer. Still, that one didn't end up winning either, but this one was also very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, this was really nice. Like, it's just really nice to look at that teal, and yeah, good photography, good. Color.
Give us some zoom ins on that if you can, Chris, just so we can see it up close. Yeah.
It's a good conversation
wrap
between
around
using a dark background to pop the model out, but using strong colors but with muted tones, and it's a good conversation on color choices and everything. You know, especially after the advanced Zeta one we just looked at. You know, I think the white's like a pale gray, isn't it? It's not even white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah, I don't think there's any pure white on it. Even that panel, like on the back corner of the head, it looks probably like the lightest, and it still looks probably off-white on it.
Yeah, 3 shades of gray, I believe, right? So you got 1, 2, 3.
I thought 50 was the metric.
Come on.
So missed opportunity on the front of the chest for a wraparound on the panel line.
Let's see. There we go.
Boom. There you go. Right there. Right, like right here.
Yeah.
Right, a little bit of a missed opportunity there. And then if you like get to the back and look at the back skirt in the center, you'll get to it. There you go. Right there in the center. Look at it. It's a face.
This thing right here.
Yeah, that's a face.
It's a face.
That's a face.
Watch this. I can't not see that. I can't.
That panel
see
line on
bro.
the chest is not added. He didn't add that panel line there on the chest.
Oh, so wait, does it jog down and then drop over?
No, it's actually like a recessed detail. It's kind of
Odd.
interesting on that way you can see that's
Well,
gonna
that's weird, Bandai.
Yeah, that's awkward.
You see that?
Uh-oh.
It's a
it's
panel line going across, and then when it switch back to the photo of the kit.
Go back to the chest too.
Yeah,
it just
when it opens up to like the larger shape, that's just a recessed area there.
Yeah.
So he just kind of lined the edge of that. You know what I mean?
Got you. Yeah,
it's slightly offset panels.
Yeah. I feel like it's still a missed opportunity.
Anyway, yeah. But yeah, it's Bandai. So put that on Bandai.
Yeah, Bandai, learn how to edge.
The details in general on this kit are just kind of awkward. They're not great. That's the one kind of thing that I kind of dislike about the kit, honestly.
I'm actually gonna be building one of these here in the next couple of months for somebody. So.
Damn fucking right.
Okay, next.
All right, so Liquid Swords, good
nice
stuff.
job.
Good stuff.
Good job.
Good stuff.
If anybody
like-
wants to see that in person, I think Zach Blash keeps it in the store at Galactic Toys.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You did, yeah.
Right on.
All right.
Is that where it's from?
So next,
He bought it. I think he bought
bought
it.
it,
From
yeah.
Liquid Swords.
he bought it from Liquid Swords.
Damn, right on. Zach being community as fuck.
All right, so next up we have a build from Low and his narrative.
Nice.
I enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
It's hard to get the narrative not look like an action figure or like a toy. You know what I mean? Like I built that kit and I was like, this thing is very plasticky, very like. And it might just be the effect parts that make it that way, but he did good. He veered away from that. Good color choice.
He managed to make the shield look pretty good for a pretty ugly looking shield straight out the box.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Especially on the
100%.
inside. The masking and painting done on the inside of the shield looks really nice. That icy blue, I'm not sure if I love it. I'm all for painting Psycho Frame in like metallic colors. I think it's pretty easy to pull that off in different ways. Just that blue, I'm not sure. Normally I would like that shade of blue, but I'm not sure I
Yes.
really care for
Is that
it.
a pearl? Do you think, Zach?
Can you zoom
It's
in,
kinda-
Chris? And also I think it's just the lighting, but the blue on the shield looks different from the metallic blue used on the rest of the kit, doesn't it?
See, I almost
It
wonder
does.
if they're the
It
same,
does.
but because of the lighting, it's giving different effects. It almost looks like a pearlescent, but it's got a funky, like, grain to the surface.
It might
of
have a
it,
color
so.
shift in it or something.
Yeah, it might be some sort of pearl, or he just like painted silver and then intentionally painted the clear blue unevenly over the top of it to give it a look of it's like kind of shining blue.
Yeah, could be.
I have it not being super even.
I can see that.
Could be.
Cool.
Yeah.
Speculation.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the orange fades?
I don't. It looks really nicely done, but it's very odd.
Place.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's out of place, yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
I mean,
I feel like it should
He has
wrap
blue.
around. If it was going to do it.
well, I mean, isn't that open? Right? There's an open space right there.
Yeah.
No. But on the very side, where it comes
you mean
back,
like-
it makes that point, and it comes back, and then there's that hard edge of white right there. I almost feel like if that was going to be a, unless it's supposed to be just like a color marking, like I don't know what the builder intended, so it may just supposed to be a color marking that is like applied to the surface of it, for dramatic effect on the battlefield, I guess.
You almost
I mean,
want a
I'm guessing
material
this is
separation in there. Somewhere.
Yeah, this is definitely high new inspired, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Mhm.
that. Yeah, seems that way.
I mean, that gradient is super clean, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Agreed.
You know,
I
and I
feel
think
like
it would have worked better if it was on a panel line. and
Yeah,
not
I was just gonna
like,
say that if it was coming off
flat
the
on a
panel line.
surface. Yeah.
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 But yeah, really good.
Good work.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, next up we have Luke. I hope I'm saying this right because he spells his name a bit differently.
Yeah, that's good.
Ooh, that E3.
With the V-fin. The V-fin just doesn't work for me at all, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
awkward.
odd. It's an odd choice.
It's definitely
It's
awkward.
some weird stray beef in too, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Some
watch
very
your mouth.
heavy.
You
some
know how
very
I feel.
heavy-
Steve. You know how I feel.
Some very heavy silvering on the decals all over the place. His placement's a little bit awkward as well. I feel like.
Yeah, the rank insignia on the other shoulder behind the knives there is also kind of it's such an odd angle like that.
Yeah, those are usually vertical,
Yeah.
and that's upside down, is it not? Completely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it
crooked.
is.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Almost looks like Master Sergeant. Let me get my book.
Is that backpack?
Not that it matters that much. I will say though
What was that, Z?
wow.
That looks like a backpack from an Stray as well, right? And that
Yeah.
Yeah.
out of place too.
It's Captain. I was wrong.
It looks like the. I thought it was the strike backpack, but I guess maybe not.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, it's the stray one. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean the
So into
backpack
that-
doesn't bother me as much as the V-fin. The backpack I think fits, pretty fine.
The gouging of the plastic for those nubs,
Yeah.
it hurts my soul.
Yeah. And it looks like he tried to do some seaming on the upper part of the legs. Scroll down, Pabs.
Yeah, right
Looks
there.
like he tried to do some seaming, but it just
Yeah.
didn't
Popped,
really
yeah.
work out well.
Or like he
Yeah,
did it
it's
to one,
just a-
and then he didn't do it to the other.
Yeah, could be.
And
You got
obviously
some,
a beginner, I would say. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
just practice.
definitely.
You got some overspray on those red parts on the flight pack
Yo.
where the black and the red meet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like
Make
the
sure you're
knee
burning
joint.
the edge of your tape.
The-
Yeah, interesting.
The arm elbow joints, you got a bunch of overspray in there. You gotta mask that off, man.
I'm guessing he didn't move the elbow at all when he painted it, right? So he just
Yeah.
whatever was showing was what he painted, and
We
then
got
started
sprayed.
moving stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, early days.
Yep. Okay.
We've all been there.
Yeah, definitely. I still do that.
Stop doing that. All right.
I'm sorry.
All right. So that was from Luke. All right. Next up, we have a build from.
At least I don't eat my
Lucas.
boogers.
Yeah, you do. I've seen you, you piece of shit.
Wow, man. It's getting ugly now.
We're gonna
we're
have
not
fun
even
with
out
that
of the L's yet.
tomorrow.
It's already getting. We've got so many to go.
Yeah, let's hurry up. Come on.
Yeah,
We'll do
let's
more
do
good
it.
rapid
shit.
fire. These photos are way too effing dark. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
They're way too dark.
You couldn't see
Better
like
writing.
maybe 30 to 40% of this build. So
Right.
yeah.
Too much focus on the
You got-
LEDs.
You got that one main light at the top of the photo booth, but you need one in front to completely light your model.
Yeah, he's just trying to show
Yes,
off the LED
agreed.
work.
The metallic parts don't work for me at all. It's too bright. It's too bright, super bright silver compared to like, chrome compared to these other colors. Which the other colors look pretty nice as far as I can tell, but it's kind of hard to see, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like a dark blue gray, but it could just be like a lighter gray than I'm used to. I don't know. It is blue, right? Or am I bugging?
No, it's blue. Yeah.
It's blue, yeah.
This photo,
Blue.
that photo there, it looks like the like with the kind of text on the background. It looks like it's one of like light projection where it like projects the text on there, so it looks like that's from the light of the back. That's kind of fun.
Before this war machine kills you, you'll average size for you first.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So that was from
Not an LED contest.
Yeah.
Please, yes. If you're doing a painting competition, make sure the painting is what is being.
Make the main thing the main thing, as they say.
And if you're gonna do LEDs, hide the fucking wires.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wire was like.
Don't let them hang out the damn thing's ass. I mean, come on.
All right. So next up we have
wires hanging out your ass?
No, his.
Not on purpose.
At least they're not hanging out my nose like Pabs.
I can't see this thing. Where is it?
Yeah.
Shoot in again. Yeah,
Get out of the way. Get a background in there, brother.
Yeah, don't shoot on your workworkbench.
Show respect to the contest and put backgrounds in these guys. Come on, put something.
Yeah.
Like, is it green or is it just the matte reflecting?
It's chromed out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
all like
an all metallic kind of thing.
Okay.
This is an
All the
instance where
metallic
the different color faceplate doesn't work for me.
Right. I agree.
What were you saying, Mike, about the metallics?
I was gonna say, even though the whole on the desktop thing, it's a mess, all crap. But just the actual silver work looks pretty solid to me, at least from what I can tell. Zooming in, like it's smooth. I mean, metallics will show every flaw underneath, so it looks like good solid prep work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, none of this works for me. But those white shoulders, like everything else is colored, and you just left those white.
Nothing is panel.
And the mohawk.
Color harmony conversation, color flow.
Yeah.
And
If it's like Chris was talking about, the mix of finishes where you have like 95% metallic and then just even more than that, it's like 3 parts are just plain white. Yet can't really do that and make it work.
It's too jarring of a difference right there. But yeah. Okay, so there's Mahadi's. Let's go into the next one. This one is from
In the M's,
Mark.
by the way.
We're in the M's. Yeah, we're getting closer.
We trying.
Zachary Jones Zachary Rogers over there is at the bar drinking, waiting.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna be there. He's gonna be too drunk to remember anything we can tell him about his kid. This one as well just seems very similar to the E08 we saw before, just a beginner. So,
yeah.
I mean,
Nice recolor.
I'll say this much: the photography here, I'll be honest, is a lot better than the last one we looked at.
Yeah.
Just because we're seeing a lot more.
Yeah, if you're gonna do this, and at least you cleaned it up and gave us a little snaz to look at the finish first, versus the tools on the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
See the detail painting. Go back to the close-up of the face. It looks like maybe it's done with like a marker or something like that. It's just
Yeah, it's a little loose. The masking's a little loose too. Actually, because that's a weird detail there on the crest. I know the full city quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. I can count and recall the part for part if you would like me to. I can.
Maybe next time.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
So
steal the extra arms for other stuff.
Yeah, right. It's a great backpack. I love the design of the full city.
yes.
What do we
All right.
need?
So Mark, good job. Hopefully we get to see more of your builds in the future. All right. Next one we have Mario's build.
Are we looking at the teddy bear? What are we looking at here? What's going on?
I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. All right, here we go.
Yes. This one as well. You can't really see the kid with the background.
I really like his Triceratops teddy bear.
Yeah.
That is
I like
adorable.
that too.
When it big.
I like the color scheme, the light blue and the blue, and dark blue, and the Jenga.
The Jenga's nice.
Yeah,
just
it's absolutely getting lost in the. Oh man.
It really gets lost in the Triceratops.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, early days.
This is Zoids, right?
Basics.
Is it a
Focus
Zoid?
on the basics. Got to walk before you can run. All that stuff.
Yeah.
If you're putting, like, and I'll say that I'll always repeat this. You know, if you're putting 100% into your builds, put 100% into representing it. So we know that you put 100% into it. So just you know, just a little bit of extra effort to make sure that we can.
You'll
see
learn
what
from
you've
this one for
done.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And I know that it's super time consuming and it really sucks to have to do it, but doing those seam lines in the upper thighs, like just
Yep.
going through the motions of sealing those up and finishing them off it takes time. And that's people equate time to difficulty, which is dumb because time is not difficult. It's just time. Time is easy. It just takes it, you know? Difficulty is something wholly different. So, it's like Tim always talks about the basics, right? Sure, Mike
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Zach
in my
and everyone else
opinion-
talk about the basics too. But
Modeling is all about patience, right? Taking
Yep.
your time with it, having patience with doing the shit that you don't really want to do, but it's going to pay off in the end. Don't hand brush those stripes around those missiles either.
it's like even Scotch tape. You could even Scotch tape mask them off if you're
Something,
like you know, you don't have everything at your disposal. Especially if you're going to brush paint them, you could Scotch tape them individually, and probably
Yeah,
won't
this is
screw
early
your paint
days.
up.
He's
Yeah,
definitely got it.
looks like you had a lot of fun
I
building.
like the enthusiasm, my friend.
Yeah.
Props
Keep
to
building.
you for
10 years from now,
submitting
you'll
a
be kicking
Zoids
our
build.
ass, so it's fine with me.
Because that's something we definitely didn't see a lot of, right?
Please do.
Yeah.
I would appreciate it. And I do like the colors on that. It gives me like a straight Lego space 1980s vibe. So good. That orange.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
blue.
I props to a lot of the kids that have tried this contest. There's a lot of youth in this one. It was really impressive to see so many young guys really coming at it. So I appreciate that. Because we ain't going to be around forever for sure.
True.
Oh, we dying real soon.
You know? That's it.
Y'all speak for yourself. I'm going to live until I'm 120. Fuck y'all.
Right up.
Wow,
so next year,
I was looking at like 95, but all right.
I want what he's drinking.
I only got 2 more years. Shit.
Right?
All right, so next up we have a build from
You're only a
Mark.
couple years older than me, Tim.
Yeah,
What are you
this
talking
is,
about? I so wanted this
the
kid.
victory. Yeah, it's nice, man.
Yeah.
This is pretty good, yeah.
Solid work. I really like the gold. Like, you don't see any of the filament in that paint.
Oh right, yeah, the fidelity.
and it's a
grain
good
and
use
the-
of black, to be
Yeah.
honest with you guys. You know, it's a little bit of
Yeah,
black.
It's used as an accent and not like as an
It's done well.
power.
as a main.
Lots of
I don't
decals,
hate
but
it.
handled appropriately. Good balance.
I do wish this was a little bit closer to the center though, just a little too
A
close.
little
to the
silvering on there too, a little. Sadly.
Yeah,
There's a couple of them.
Yeah,
I
this
thought
was
the
this was
Decals
one that
is a potential issue. Yeah, it's tough to do all that.
I did. I don't know about Chris and Tim. I don't remember. I know this was one that I think maybe that I originally picked for the final judging as well too. But like as soon as we started zooming in and like looking at this one more closely, it kind of started to fall apart.
Yeah, it does.
The more closely you look at
Looks
it,
good from a couple feet away. For
Yeah.
sure.
it's missing panel lining, the wash on the head,
Yeah.
and like Chris said, the decals and that.
The
big
paint works
silver
really
one
nice,
there.
though. He's definitely a good painter. Guy's got his shit
Yeah.
down.
I wonder
Prep
if
work, 'cause
that gold
shows.
is Bandai gold. If that's not painted.
That's
No, I-
to me.
You
It
might
looks
see
like
nubs there. Am I seeing nubs
I think
bit.
you are.
on that
Yeah,
chest piece?
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Ooh.
This looks like this looks like Starbright Gold from Gaia. Just looking at the
Yeah.
finish of this thing.
Or it could be
It's got that
Mr.
warmer
Color
tone.
Gold, too.
Yeah, it could
I've
be
got
a
the
GX.
kid over there. If you want me to look at it, over there.
Those
We got
Cyber
time for
decals on there, or those Bandai decals?
Those are
They're
good
the
guys.
man. The kit comes with decals, so I'm sure they're probably the.
It's the
Bandai
bear
ones.
call, yeah. Victory 2.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Just looking at the thickness of these decals, they look like Bandai decals.
Yeah,
Those is
you're right.
Bandai's.
The thickness.
Just wait.
The thickness.
Everything will be
Double
removable
C.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the black panel lining on the white is a little bit too stark.
It's a bit jarring, yeah. It's just poop.
Well, it's carried
All
through
right.
the silver pieces on the shoulders, too, so it's a little strong.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mark, thank
But nice
you.
job.
That was excellent work. Excellent work.
Good job, Mark.
All right. Next up is we have Mark II.
I got a few marks, I imagine.
We got quite a few.
Oh, yeah, this one.
Oh,
This was a very
Dragon.
unique build. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't turn out all that well, but I mean, I love the boldness of trying something so different.
It's very creative.
Yeah.
Screw is incredibly creative.
Also, props for putting at least like attempting to put a black background behind so we can get a better look at what you've done. It's a good job right there. In terms of your application, I see what you're trying to do, and I see the theory behind it. You just have to kind of keep chipping away at it and practicing, and hopefully you'll get to what you actually want it to look like.
Yeah, this is going to be one where the builder is going to go back and look at it in in not even a couple of years, but like in like a year, and be like, "All right, we're gonna redo this a little bit different."
Right.
It's just where I think probably his current skill level didn't match up to the idea of what he really wanted to do. So
I feel like if the purple and orange were swapped, it'd give it a better tone overall. I think the orange is a bit too jarring from the green, or just like
Because
not
it is
in
a
total
direct-
balance.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't get past the Master at Arms He-Man universe vibe.
Yeah.
I was
That's
just
what
about
it
to
is.
say
It's
He-Man.
the Master at Arms, right, with the green and the orange, right?
Yeah, Man at Arms with this mace.
Man at Arms, thank you, thank
yeah,
you,
Yeah,
thank
you're
you.
good. No, I have a font of unusable knowledge.
I was
The
just
anime
about to say
trailer
He-Man.
was up the other day, so I was like, oh yeah, we got a new one, new He-Man coming.
Man,
Man
I'm
at
OG.
Arms.
Yeah.
Mark
And that-
Hamill's scouts. Yep.
Oh yes, of course. Why is that? Oh, that's perfect. Man, I really want to sculpt the Skeletor now for some reason. So beautiful trap jaw sculpt. Oh my god, it looks so good. Anyways,
All right, so Mark, good job. Next up, we have
props
Mark.
on the movable wings, though. Those things
Yeah, the
open
fact that
and close.
you could even fold those. Yeah, good job. All right, so next up we have Mark again, Mark 3. Just gonna go through all the Iron Man suits here.
Ooh.
Mark 3, nice peps.
Yeah.
That's nice.
This was an interesting color scheme for me. I don't know if it
Zoom in for me, Pabs.
it flows particularly well.
Oof. Look like silver. Oh goodness.
He's
It
gonna
feels
thrust
it
his-
feels like
his-
nobleman. You know what I
So
mean?
much silver.
It has a sense of royalty to it.
Yeah, like it's a duke.
It's got regality.
Legality.
Number one, he gets points for not using black. But he also gets points taken away for using metallic gold as a panel lining color.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I don't like it personally. It looks like if it's I've seen builds that do this and it's way overdone. It looks like a scene out of Tron, and it just doesn't really look all that good.
Sure.
It's also a bitch to clean up if you try.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you
like
can see
I mean,
it.
I see he had some trouble here doing it too.
Yeah, like that color is still light enough where you could use black and it would look so much better.
Yeah, I almost would advise him to go back over all those with black.
Yeah.
You know. Most
Did
of
he
them-
get rid of the lines in the faceplate? They look like they're kind of there, or he sanded them away.
Kind of muted. It almost looked like it went into Photoshop and dodged it.
Yeah. Something. Looks very strange. I don't know. The color combination doesn't work at all for me. Either that, or it's just the placement of it.
It reminds me of one of those old school locomotives.
Yeah.
Right?
It kind of feels like
Are we expecting Doc McFly to jump, or Doc Brown to jump out of this and be like, Marty?
It looks
Yeah.
reminds me of that train.
Yeah.
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 it kind of feels like a space pirate.
Everybody's
Right.
saying it looks like a train.
Speaking of the train,
Coolly over here.
if you guys can hear that. This
Pat,
is
go
one of those
back.
like where we had that
Sorry, go ahead.
the weathering competition where like, you know, if you do half the chips, this probably would have come out really good. If you did half the gold on this one, probably would have been a lot better. Like you don't need every accent to be gold like this. I think it would have been a big help.
Paps, go back a few to the like a front shot. Yeah, right there. Go back one more. Yeah, that one. Zoom into the shoulders.
And
All right, huge pet peeve. don't
Mold line?
use dark on dark decal to shoulder. Like you can't even read that, right? And then go over to the other one, and that's even worse.
That's nothing but the only reason you can read that is because it's silvered beyond
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
concepts.
Maybe it was on purpose. He was like, I can't read this. I gotta make sure I can read.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
is it
granted-
supposed to be that way? Yeah.
No. Now, granted, he might not have had anything else other than these stock decals or whatever. At that point, fucking
It's
leave
like a
them off.
back color
Yeah,
film or
just-
something on it or whatever.
It's
Yeah.
it just doesn't look good.
I'm starting to wonder if some of these are stickers. Well, even if they're
That's,
not.
yeah,
I don't
it's
think
like
so.
a film
Yeah,
I don't think
versus
so, yeah.
silvering almost.
I think some might be dry transfers.
No, dry transfers
No.
wouldn't do that, man, because you're
Yeah,
burnishing
they
them
wouldn't have
onto
an
the surface. You're really only leaving like the pigment. It's
Yeah,
like
the
those
print.
the
Yeah.
decals with the removable film that's newish on the market.
Okay.
Not to tear it apart, but I would probably that shield design, to be real quick, that red, the way you've got it all broken up, you get nothing else on this model has representation like that. So I probably would have, maybe a simple red stripe would have just been fine versus that whole angular splinter camouflage. Like nothing
Yeah.
else on the whole project has that. So it's
I'm pretty sure
awkward.
he scribed these lines in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just
I
one
think the
band
shi-
across would have been just fine, I think.
Yeah.
I think the shield on its own looks great. The way he did that, I think it does look really nice. But yeah,
Right.
it doesn't match so much with the rest of the kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Mark III.
Interesting.
Great job.
Yeah.
All right. Next one we have.
We're critical because we
Matt.
want you to get, take it to the next level because you're good.
Obviously, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
whole point of it.
That's really
We're
good.
just as critical of our own work,
Yes, absolutely. All right. Next up
If
is
not
if
Matt.
not more so.
I'm so critical of my own work. I stopped building.
Shut up. Get back to business. Yes. That
Yes.
did so well.
Can we see some more of the pictures there?
Yeah. Missing some panel lining on the top of the shoulder, it looks like. Back to. You can see it
Is
there
that
on the
not a
upper,
decal
there
cut
on
through
top
the
of
panel
that.
line either?
Yeah, it's missing there. Oh yeah, and I hate that when they cut your decals, guys. Don't be afraid to cut them.
Yeah.
It,
All over the
it does
place.
everything you want it to, and it doesn't do anything you don't want it to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd help a lot.
I do like this color scheme because
Yeah,
it
I
reminds
like it
me of
too.
like a Jolly Rogers F14 almost.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like again, this feels like more primer than paint.
Mm-hmm.
The base is cool.
The base is cool.
I like what he did there. Little
That's,
panda, you know.
he
Isn't it
he submitted
Zaku
that design, for a when I had a couple years ago, like a ZakuAurelius logo design contest. I think that was one of I recognize that was his submission to the contest.
Isn't that close to what your logo is now, though?
Yeah. It's close to that. Or it was like a T-shirt design contest or something like
Yeah,
that.
the T-shirt.
I
I remember
gotcha.
the T-shirt design contest. I think I have the shirt that has this design on it. I bought it after the fact when you were like, you could also buy these shirts. I bought one and I bought that one too.
Yeah, 'cause I think if I remember correctly, I mean, sorry if I'm remembering wrong, but I think he didn't win, so like it wasn't one of the ones that I picked. But then he just made it and just sold it on his store separately as well too, I believe.
Oh, maybe that's what I did. I did
It's
that with
like,
a few
you don't
people.
want you don't want this as a logo? I'll
Community.
fucking have it.
And yeah, zoom in on that
Take it
shoulder, go
back.
back and
It's my logo now.
yeah.
I'd say panel line consistency.
other one?
Your lining needs to be a little bit stronger. More consistent. There's a lot of
And cut your
rushed a
decals.
bit.
Look at that decal on that
Yeah,
shoulder.
Yeah, we were saying that
yeah,
earlier.
like so.
Oh, okay.
But,
I must be
So this kit doesn't have a lot of seam lines at all. It's really
No.
well engineered.
Mhm.
The one seam line on that backpack shoulder cam, right there. Zoom in.
Huh?
Upper left shoulder. Yeah,
The camera
see?
behind the
Yeah.
behind the head on the backpack.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that
Yeah,
one's
that'd be a tough
thick.
one. Yeah.
Fix it.
Thick one.
You could even easily like fix the seam line here and then have like a cover. You can cover this up with
Mhm.
something. Easy
Mhm.
fix right there.
Cut it out, even shit. Do something.
What are you talking about, Zach?
Yeah, I think that was
That's one of
the
them.
case where he
That's
sold
Ben.
that separately.
That's
I
I
think
think Brian's still unpacking.
And then this is the other Zach
I
shirt.
like that one.
that was
That's a
one
good
that
one,
was on
too.
the shop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the Zach ones. Sorry, I should.
All right. So,
Pack
who's
it
this
over.
again? Matt.
Mike?
Great
I think
job,
it was Matt.
Man, so cool.
Matt, yeah.
Matt. All right. Next up, we have Mauro. Interesting one.
Mm.
Jester?
It's Jesse.
Wild.
It's very busy.
Yeah.
It's too busy.
That thing screamed at me.
It's like he took the PGU's details and then they just crammed it into the Jester.
Yeah. The mesh for the vent is a cool idea for the chests.
The chest, and opening
idea.
like the bottom of the chest canopy, like the bottom of it. Yeah, and like gapping all that stuff. He gapped a lot of things. He spaced it out.
Mm.
I don't know if that added to it or it hindered it.
I mean, it's a good thing to think about, like adding extra space between plates and stuff like that for your models. But like, it's hard because you have to do it a lot before you get good.
Did he-
Like do it
did he-
selectively.
Yeah, I don't.
Is this a screw? Is that a screw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like a
Okay.
screw.
That's a screw.
I think it's to open that backpack. Get that.
It is, yeah.
And go back one picture, Chris. There you got like the
Wait.
to see where we're if you zoom in on like the back of the arm, just the Anaheim Electronics logos on the back of the shoulder, the back of the arm, and the back of the
they're
neck
everywhere.
skirt, the back of the
They
backpack.
want to make sure you know who built this damn thing.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
just way too many
and
logos.
And is that a double O decal?
Celestial
above that
being
one?
logo.
What is that?
Yeah.
Celestial being, yeah. Keep it canon, boys. Keep it canon.
I don't
No, like,
think it
come
is.
on.
I think it looks like that. I think it's something else though. I want to say,
It's-
to be fair.
Is it the
You
same
go
thing
down
that's
on the
down
leg.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's on the
different things
calf,
in this
right?
thing.
Yeah.
The same one is on the leg. I think it looks very similar, but I think it's from a different UC set. So I think
okay.
it's UC. If you go back to the other picture, Chris, the same one's on the back of the.
Yeah, it's right on the
back of
leg, the calf, right on the side.
Oh,
Yeah,
right
right there.
there.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at. That looks like Celestial Being, honestly.
It does.
It does.
It does
yeah,
look like celestial being. Yeah.
but-
Yeah, advice here is to just, you don't need to put so many,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Because he added a lot of details and like did a bunch of like
Mhm.
physical changes, and then like splattering decals on there just really overwhelms the details.
It's a conversation about balance right here for sure.
If you just if you took away some of these decals, I think it would have been a lot better. Because I mean, decals can be used to give your suit even more of a visual interest. But if you overdo it and you already have a lot going on with the paint, you'll overload
Plus a recolor.
the stances. Yeah.
The posing's awkward.
I know. It feels like he's kind of like this.
Yeah.
He's a stiff boy.
Yeah.
Needs to loosen up a little bit.
And like you,
Give him a
you did
drink. Give
all
Mauro a
these-
drink.
you did
Good
all
shot.
these mods to the suit and you left the gun stock.
Yeah, Michael.
Right.
Michael there in the chat said that it's the La Plus UN station logo. There you go.
Ah,
Mm.
Somebody always knows, right?
that's Bandai's
Thank you,
fault.
Michael Dawson. Live fact.
Make your logos less the same as everybody else or as everything else.
A lot of quality mods on here though.
I don't like the
simplified
mesh.
color scheme would have. Yeah, simplified color scheme would have helped.
The mesh is way, in my opinion, way out of scale.
Okay.
Very-
I mean, if you were to get up on that, that would look like
This is an
it
HG,
would look
right?
like a chain link fence
It'd
almost.
be bigger than chain link fence. Think
Yeah.
about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
You know, that would be.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at like solid cable that's like
Yeah.
know 8-10 inches. You know, 8
Yeah.
inch 10 inch
It's like
cable.
elephant fence or something, you know?
Some worse than the dinosaur fence in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
So-
and especially in that area there, it doesn't work for me. I don't know why you would leave
Yeah.
armored suits so vulnerable there,
Right.
which is mesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, where dirt and stuff would be
Yeah.
falling into the mechanism inside there. Yeah.
Yeah, constantly. Oh, the maintenance crew would hate you.
Right. Start walking
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
All right.
All the
so,
hinges
Mauro,
was
Should be
really
some no
Breaking
steps around
legs,
that.
Breaking
yeah,
it.
and all that to open. Really nice, man.
So next up we have a build from Mech.
Neck roll.
Half hour, Pabs. Let's go. Let's power through these.
it's
This is
tight.
gonna be a 4, man.
Very clean. Anyway,
Yeah, super
Yeah,
super
simple.
clean.
Straight to the
Almost
point.
Nice colors.
Yep,
Yeah.
right on the money.
Really nice work. I don't see any seams.
A little
No
bit uneven, but
no nubs.
Yeah, this seems to fit the contest pretty good. In other words, just
Yeah.
got 2 months,
Yeah.
good
Follow-
time management, good execution, that all that stuff.
It's the
Follow
HG
the
too. I was thinking that it was the MG.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
Mhm.
It's not. You got me fooled, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like those little kits. They're nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for a lot of people. That's the only options because for some reason the MG is almost impossible to get these days.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
they just reprinted the some HGs.
Yeah.
I think.
It's
Except for
it's
the
one where
spot.
every time they reprint it, it just immediately is gone again right away.
Mhm.
It just gets bought up immediately.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right,
Mhm.
good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Mhm.
All right. So next up we have Michael.
Mhm.
So technically Mark IV.
Oh man, imagine that Titus with the opening gimmicks of the Jesta, like baked out.
Wild.
Mm.
That would look crazy.
Mhm.
Oh, this is nice.
this is the blue Luna Maria, is it not?
Yeah, with the 2 cannons. Yeah,
hmm
really nice.
The greens work. I think the different shades of green work really well here.
Yeah,
Your panel lining is a little uneven and could do a little bit more cleanup and work.
Splice them decals. Come on, boys.
yeah.
That's,
Chop 'em up,
thank
straight
you.
up, chop 'em up.
Yeah. Again, the lighting and the background aren't really helping to really
Yeah.
appreciate this.
I mean, nice bench, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a beautiful workbench. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you bought a
it should
lot
be
of RD
clean.
Station.
The guys down at SMS and at RD Station, they're like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
For real.
thanks for supporting the boys.
Mhm.
Like if
The
you
angles
if
are
you
a
really
little, photo angles are awkward.
if you really
Yeah.
want your RD station or your workbench in the shot, just move your kit further away. Have a little bit of a depth of field, and as long as the kit is in focus, you're absolutely fine. There's it's like your background is too in focus here, and we're losing the kit. But at least we can see some of the detail. So
Yeah. And like some of the photos, like you were talking about before with the wing kit, where he was trying to make sure like all of the kit fit within the photo rather than cropping it back. So there's a couple of photos where it looks like that too. Where
Yeah, he's got more of his mat in that photo than the rest of the kit. If you go
yeah, I'm
forward
an
one.
offender of that as well. It's all a learning process, guys. Don't feel bad.
yeah.
A
Yeah,
whole
you get
figure
some
Still
out.
photos
good.
there.
I
This
think-
thing could really sing, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
It's a great
better
build.
angles, poses, everything on this one is just really up that game because the painting's nice and it's hard to kind of focus on that part of it. I think.
The painting's really nice, but it feels like all the greens muddy themselves, like all together
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I
I'm
honestly
gonna
think
I'm
that
gonna
that's
do
the background.
I'm gonna do something real quick to make this a little aesthetically pleasing.
Oh yeah,
Is if you take this
cut
and
that
just
that
just
third
slightly-
off.
just rotate it a bit to be straight.
No,
Right here.
cut that bottom off, bro.
100%.
Cut a third of that photo out.
Yeah, and then cut this out. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, composition's huge.
Or even lean into the rotation. You know,
Yeah.
if you're gonna leave it,
Yeah, if
you know,
you're gonna do it. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Lean into it.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
that
Oh.
right there. That's a good photo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All
right.
right.
You don't have all that. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
lesson. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
On your way.
It's a
Michael,
nice build, though. It's a nice build.
On your way.
amazing. All right. So next up we have Miguel. Here we go.
Probably the same.
The whole, you can
conversation.
cut off half of that photo.
Oh,
Zoom in,
we're
cut it.
playing.
Yeah.
We're gonna go play cricket on that fucking background. Judas,
Mhm.
so much space.
Zoom in.
That white
Nice
could
build
use
though,
some.
man.
Yeah, really nice
Oh,
build.
dude. Don't do that to you. This beautiful build, bro.
Walking away.
The whites could use some breakup. Maybe just like some red decals in there would look really nice.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Something other
Red
than
is
black
gray.
kind of lines.
Yeah. Even just like a touch of eggshell, you know, just something.
White Space the movie.
The blue is also, I mean, it's a very dark blue compared to the really bright white. I don't really care for that. It's sort of like mud rock. It really reminds me of the colors of that. But.
There's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with like a stark contrast as long as you have another color in there to help you kind of adjust from one color to the next. And there isn't really a color here that helps with that.
That yellow's not going to bridge you.
Yeah, and the blue gray is like a bit too dark.
Yeah,
I think it contrasts so hard because of the background.
Yeah.
And again, the basics here. I feel like I don't know what
No,
this
been
is.
a theme.
Not to
A
me.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this the scribe that's not continued around on the shoulders too, in the front pauldrons. It's another.
I feel like
little bit of
this is
misstep.
somebody who was running out of time or just wasn't keeping a close eye on what they're doing. But panel line washing, kind of cleanup is a paramount thing. Very basic, very easy step to kind of miss. So just pay attention to that next time. So it's all over the place here. So
What HG is this? Is it an age kit?
It's it's like a kit bash of different age kits. I think like a lot of it's the age FX, I believe. But then there's other stuff, mixed in there. The gun is customized, like the part added on like the side of the gun is different. That's added from like a
I do like that weapon.
something, yeah.
It's got 2 handles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like that underside handle is the one that should be held in the right hand, and then the left hand should be on this top handle, right?
Yeah.
that would make more sense. Yeah.
Anyway,
Like a fallback pose where he's holding it.
it's a
There's
cool
no-
weapon.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
There's no gravity in space. He'll be all right.
No gravity?
All right, so Miguel, great work. All right, next up we're still on the M's. We are looking at Mike's build.
Hey,
Bound dog.
Bam. Bam.
oh yeah,
It's way too dark.
Very
Yes.
dark. Yeah.
It's really
I
dark.
like the moodiness of the photos and everything, but yeah, for this particular competition, a lighter background and a little bit more light would have been great on this.
He leaned into it so hard.
Yeah,
he
Yeah.
leaned super hard into it.
yeah. Which I mean, honestly, I mean, you got to respect. I mean, look at this one right here. I mean, you can tell he added some vignette around the the outside of the photo to kind of accentuate the middle. It doesn't always work because if you look at the claw and the feet, you can hardly see him at all.
Just out of it.
Yeah. Now, honestly, this looks like a lot more of an artistic style build. You know, with that hexagonal pattern and everything like that. You know, a little pop of the pearlescent metallic pink on the shoulders and stuff like that. And I can dig it. He used black on it. That's cool. You leaned into the artistic build side of things. I'm good with that. Just lighten up the background, add some more light, leave that vignetting, to Instagram and stuff like that, because it ain't helping you.
Is that detail on the front skirts part of the build, or is that like
no.
I think that's
slapped
added.
on something or other from somewhere?
Yeah, it's
From,
definitely added. I'm just
Sengoku.
trying to figure out what it is.
It looks like
it's
it's
like
the-
the samurai armor from the Sengoku Astray.
No, it's the Kotobukiya chain gun chain.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No,
it looks
isn't.
like it, man.
No, it's not.
Because I
Yeah,
used
it's
it.
not.
Third
It's
eye on the
gun
flea,
tank.
homie.
It's the MG gun tank tread pieces.
There you
Yeah, I
go.
was gonna say. I thought
I
it
was
was.
gonna say, it looks like treads. Yeah.
I like the back detail that he's added there. Very nice. I do like.
It's a good use of
just
that
push it from
hexagonal pattern too.
Hexagonal, guys. Come on.
Hexagonal.
I knew you were gonna correct him.
You know I'm going.
All right, so
Yep.
let's see. Oh my god. All right, good stuff, Mike. Next up, we have Mike again. Yeah. Goddamn.
No, yeah.
all the mics.
All the
Nice.
mics.
Oh man, you got 20 minutes. There's no way.
Come on, Z. No, this is a good build.
All right, this is cool.
That's pretty high.
Let's get to the next one. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a
Solid
good
work.
mashup.
Yeah.
Good mashup of what was it? Gray Fox, right? Gray Fox and Metal Gear
Yeah.
Solid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Eva.
Eva 0.
Mhm.
Good use of hiding the LED wire with the plug.
Uh-huh.
For the smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Nice
cool.
poses. I like it.
Another instance of changing the color scheme to something that works.
Yeah.
Very
Definitely.
much.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
nicely done.
Well executed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
And showing
Yeah, that's
LEDs
pretty
without
cool.
it being an LED contest, kind of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
An LED that works.
enhancing it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's complementary to what he's done, apart from
Yeah, it works
whereas in
even
some
in
of
the
the
dark
other
photos.
instances.
Is this model called Samsung Quad Camera?
Yeah.
No, Samsung doesn't do.
They're
Yeah,
just
they-
sponsoring them.
I want that sponsorship.
Right.
Damn, right.
How do you get that one?
Yeah,
Good
that's
job,
a
good
hell of a
job.
sponsor land.
All right, so Mike, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Next up, we have oh gosh, Mior. I guess I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry if I butchered your name there. It's not you.
Ooh. Ooh.
So this is one where the finish got away from you. I'm guessing.
And those are all gold stickers on it.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh my.
yeah.
Oh man.
Oh me, oh my. Oh no.
Oh
So-
no.
Those are all the just foil stickers.
Yeah, if you're gonna join a
Oh,
paint
no.
competition, don't use stickers ever.
Yeah,
Nothing
don't
sticks.
stick
Toss them in the trash as soon as you
Yeah.
get them. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I keep them around
Technically,
to
you can use
remind
them for
myself to
masking.
not use them.
Stick 'em
Especially on
on
the
the fridge.
Sinanji. You can use them for
Yeah.
masking if you want to, but don't keep them on. As soon if you put anything into a competition and the stickers on there, it'll immediately be looked at as a negative thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the eyeballs. Don't
Mhm.
use the eye
Even the
stickers.
eyeballs. Yes.
And especially if your sticker placement is subpar.
No.
Not that the sticker placement on this is necessarily subpar, but I've seen builds. I've seen
All
builds.
right.
Is that some texturing?
I mean, there's texturing all over the
All
place. Yeah, all over the place. Like I don't know if it's because there's like metallic flaking in there.
And there's a bit of like there's shading. There's like pre-shading here and there, but not throughout the kit. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's shading here
Yeah,
on
correct.
this side thruster, but then not.
It seems like this picture's slightly blown out too.
Yeah, it's overexposed.
Anyway,
So Mior,
Not bad.
Alright.
Not bad.
Moving right along.
all right. Next
More
up,
stickers.
we have Nemo.
Ends. Midland Zeta says there's nothing wrong with using stickers. In some instances, yeah, there's nothing wrong with using
Yeah.
stickers. But if you're going to enter a painted contest
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
where it's a clean painted finish or a weather painted finish, you should probably stick away or try to stay away from using stickers when you can.
Yeah.
Especially in that
competitive
sense. Like if you were to use like the square head camera sticker or something like that, where it would be almost unnoticeable, then yeah, sure.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
on the Chinanju, where it's like huge parts of the armor.
It's
covered by
like
stickers.
it's like half the kit or a third of the
Yeah.
kit is stickers. So that's kind of something to kind of look kind of frown upon.
yeah.
All right, so
stickers
on
look
this
like
build,
shit.
for Nemo's build, these two yellows don't work with each other at all. Your black, the
Yeah.
black that you use here, or the color you use here, completely you
Yeah.
completely lose all the details.
Yeah. All
It
of
just
it.
drowns out.
Yeah, it turns
Just-
into just a negative shape. It doesn't you don't even see any
Yeah.
details really.
I like
It's-
the
Go ahead, Julio.
I like the bash. It's not bad. Those wings work well on a stray.
Yeah.
It's creative.
Yeah, that's basically exactly what I was gonna say too. Yeah, I think the concept works well. It's just the colors don't. And as much as I hate the edginess of using red and black on kits like this, I think it actually would have worked with this to make it red and black, not quite so black, like we're talking
Yeah.
about. But yeah, to use
And there
red
might be
instead of
some-
yellow.
Might be some nubs on those forearms.
It's designed
They're
that
hidden
way.
in the black.
There is a mold line though.
Like
that
Yeah.
I
right
got rid
there.
of. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
think there's
It just gets
armor
less-
missing on the back. The back thigh armor.
Yeah, it
is
looks like it's
missing.
missing quite a bit of stuff.
It's hard to tell in these photos.
Go to
honestly.
the first picture that you had up. That one.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not in there.
Is that a choice? Like maybe that was a
Maybe.
artistic-
Is
Probably.
Yeah,
there
yeah, I
normally
thought it
a
was
piece
a-
of armor there?
And then
Yeah, they should be.
the sights are they look like they're weathered.
Is it-
Yeah, the sights.
Yeah, there's
do
dry
look
brushing
weird.
on them.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
sides got some edge
There's a
highlighting.
bit of a misnomer.
Yeah.
All right, so Nemo, yeah, just if you're gonna answer a clean build off, make sure everything is clean and not.
Yeah, I mean, the little bit of weathering on the side doesn't really bother me that much. I think that's just the general colors. It's kind of the biggest drawback with this one.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're losing your work.
Mm.
Yes. All right, so next up we have Nicholas. Now, and his force.
Oh yeah, the photos. I don't know why he
Half
sent
of-
them like that.
Half of his photos are Word documents, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
they
so
were
like
originally sent as Word documents, and I asked him to resend them as just the photo files, and they're like still with the same like big white background, but I don't know. Anyway, that's
it's so low resolution, man.
Technical
and like
difficulties.
blurred. That's a good photo. Here we go, or a decent photo.
Yeah.
colors are nice. Yeah,
Yeah, this is Skywarp inspired from Transformers. I saw the Decepticon
Yeah.
logo right there.
Yeah.
okay.
Mm,
There you go.
Yeah,
Roger,
pretty cool. Nice clean build.
I like the two dark shades you used. Not completely black.
Yep.
But close enough, I guess.
Hmm.
Decal placement could do some work.
Yeah, a little higher.
This would have also benefited from more decals.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Oh yeah. Next.
All right.
Yeah, good stuff.
Keep it going.
Okay, so next up we have Nick.
Ooh,
So this is
nice.
Strike Freedom.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good
Which
use of the muted red,
is
right?
that? Is
This is the RG. No, is it the RG?
Yeah, I think it's RG. Look at the hands.
yeah. That's why the head is so big.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking the
Little
head's kind of
big
big,
head.
so it's either an older MG, but it looks too detailed to be an older MG. So, yeah, I think it is the RG.
Clean application. He actually cut his decal. I think.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is
Oh,
it, or
if he
is
had
that
moved
just the
it.
line of the decal?
It's hard to tell. I thought he cut it.
ooh, ooh. Good question.
He smartly
yeah.
placed them not to cross the panels too much anyway.
Yeah. It's a line in the decal, and he placed it on top of the panel line. Yeah, could be that kind of thing. I don't know.
What a strange thing to do. Okay, sure.
I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty fine. There's just nothing really
Mhm.
that really sets
didn't
it
stand-
apart.
Yeah, it didn't stand out like
Yeah.
in terms of
Mhm.
like all our lists. Yeah. All right. Good
It's nice
stuff.
though. Solid.
Solid build. Good decal application, good decal placements. All that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so next up we have Noctis Gundam, and his precursor to that Barbatos they just announced, right?
Oh, right. Mhm.
Barbara Torres.
Uh-huh.
Now I really like quadrupeds, but
Not me.
The photos are like
hmm.
not doing this thing justice. I think better photos it would look better.
Looks like the dirty lens on a cell phone camera.
I was
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Mike.
You know
I was
what
like,
I'm saying?
maybe there was a bit of a fingerprint smudge on there, or something
yeah.
like Vaseline, perhaps. No.
Didn't
Like
catch it till
very
too late.
soft. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice concept.
your light
like
is way
fantasy.
too harsh.
Wow.
Ooh,
Oh
Like
my.
that's cool and all, but it doesn't really do anything for the overall paint quality.
It doesn't
Yeah,
help
I mean,
anybody judge it. You know, it doesn't help
It
the
is-
yeah,
judges.
it's it's gimmicky, like, and that's not what this is about. You know what I mean? Like, I respect it, sure, but it's don't
Oh.
do
That
that.
looks
if
cool.
you used a non-colored UV light, which you can get now, but like you can use that alongside your key lights, and that'll still glow, but we can still see the rest of the kit.
Yeah.
This formation doesn't seem as jarring as the
Mhm.
actual
Yeah.
presentation.
It's
I
all the
like-
effect parts. The effect parts are gone.
Yeah,
I like it much better like this, actually.
yeah.
It reminds me of the Camaris
Well, it is.
This
There's a
is
bunch
the
of
just
Kamaras
the.
in there. No, but there's a bunch of Kamaras in there. A bunch of
I
Vidar.
thought it was Grimgar.
Yeah,
He
there's
just
a bunch
added
of stuff
to it.
in there. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
actually
Period
good.
of
Bird
like
lights
IBO
right there.
stuff. Yeah. Those vernier thrusters on the side almost look like the ones that Shaka printed.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay,
I do I like that form. That has a really nice
just this
silhouette.
one.
Yeah, it
this
has a
one's
really,
better than this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
it has a really nice silhouette.
All right, so Noctis Gundam, thank you. That was an interesting build to look at. I thought it was pretty cool. So next up we have No Fucks Givens.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Not one fuck was given here.
That's the name he gave us. So
With the cell colored Kamaras, or not Kamaras, like Shafir.
this man is No Fucks Givens.
Yeah.
I can tell by the bench, my friend. I mean, if you're gonna do that, then you gotta slap us the other way. You know, I mean, really come at us if you're gonna be that way with it.
Yeah.
Because it just comes off this way. So what do you want me to say? You know,
Yeah.
because I'm not
I mean,
giving a fuck right now either.
Yeah, it looks like Audrey from.
You know, what do you want to do
Shop
with
of
this?
Horrors.
Audrey 2? Audrey
Yeah.
2? Nice.
I mean, I don't mind
It
you being
does.
this
It
way,
looks
but
like-
you know.
It looks like Audrey too from Little Shop of Horrors. Like, feed me, Seymour.
It feels like a Pokemon.
Zoom in on the chest
Which
here.
one, right?
Which
Yeah, it's
one?
Right in the center.
Yeah.
Zoom
Like a
right on the
Scyther or
chest.
some shit, you know?
The chest, that doesn't look that bad.
Yeah,
With
the
the-
like
that-
bronzing.
With the bronzing, but that's weathered. But that,
Yeah.
just saying. Yeah,
It-
patination.
Oxidation.
Yeah, I got it.
Oxidation.
Which
What
incidentally
happened
is
to his
my
thing
favorite
there?
part of the show.
What is? I don't get it. What is
I
this?
think,
put this in the build?
he said he
Is
he
he
said he
missing his
broke his
fingers on the
airbrush.
right hand?
Broke his
He's missing
airbrush?
fingers.
Yeah, we all do that.
he broke his what was it his fingers?
Yeah, but no
hand?
fucks given,
There
so
you
he's
go.
just pushing on. Yeah, no fingers, no airbrush, whatever. It's
All
good.
right.
Damn.
All
All
right.
right. Well, that's not
Moving on.
too much time.
Next time
Yeah.
you give a little bit of a fuck, you won't
Yeah.
break
Yeah,
shit.
right.
At least give
Yeah,
one
definitely
fuck.
sometimes.
Shit.
Yeah, one fuck,
Fucks,
man.
yeah.
All right. Next up we have
Just the tip.
Pondesu. All right, and his Zaku. This is one of the ones where you start to wonder if you entered the right category.
Yeah, that's a
I was
weather.
gonna say this looks weathered, almost.
Yeah.
Comes off
No, I feel like this is really dirty.
Yeah, that's a weather.
It's like something they painted a long time ago. Then they took a picture of a new kid and said, "Hey, look, I'm entering this." And boom.
Interesting mods. Slightly kind of. What's he doing here?
I like the feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the feet
yeah,
are cool.
yeah.
I
He's
was
got
thinking
the
the same
big
thing.
blocky cleaver sword thing, axe. He's doing some stuff.
Where is that? Where is it? Oh, yeah, right there.
It's a
nice.
stylized representation, which is kind of interesting.
Mhm. It's also rusted. Almost looks like right.
Yeah, it's not clean. Yeah, this is. I wouldn't have put this in clean.
This is a weathered build.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
He's
stealing
pushing
that.
it.
I'm stealing that.
He's
that sneaker
towing that
design.
edge. Towing it. There's
It,
a lot of
it looks like a pair of Jordans. Like, I'm stealing that. This is great.
Yeah, it works. It does
There's
work.
like
I'm
a
with you. I'm
clear
with you on
blue
that one.
part on the back of that cannon. What's that?
Oh yeah.
Ah.
That's the safety nub. Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of seam lines and molds and all sorts
Yeah.
of stuff you miss, buddy. But yeah, it's cool though.
So yeah, I feel like this was in the wrong category. So let's move on.
Is that HG?
No, it's not weathered. It's
RG?
just not
It's just-
clean.
Yeah, it's not clean. that's what I'm saying. I'm not
It's
saying
used.
put it in the web category.
Yeah,
All right,
it's pre-owned.
so,
It's in the used car
next up-
lot.
Next up, we have Petrol. We did talk about this last Saturday's Critical Build, so we won't spend too much time.
I was
I'll
like,
talk
this looks
about this.
familiar. I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, Shaka's here.
So,
It's right
Shaka,
there.
so,
Yeah,
Yo, this
Zach-
shit is doo doo. Take it back to the dealership.
Of course you say that, Julio. After we like,
Zach and Tim, if you guys wanna-
fawn praise on it.
if you guys want to put in your 2 cents.
Yeah, so just real quick, like, honestly, and this is not a slight to anyone, this is just more of an observation, this really kind of looks like something I would expect from Brian. Like, paint scheme and stuff like that.
It's his flavor. if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
He did do something very similar.
It's
Yeah.
just it's his flavor of ramen for sure. I'm with you,
Yeah.
but it's nice
Yeah.
too. I like it. I like
And
it
I'm
when I
not
saw
saying,
it.
yeah, I'm not saying that's good or bad. It just reminds me of that. You know what I mean?
It's
Good build.
got that style,
Nice, clean.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's got that
Good
style.
metallics. Good quality metallics.
It actually, when you were saying that, Tim, I thought you were gonna say it reminds you of Simons, because it also reminds me of Simons as well too. But I think it's just
absolutely.
anybody, I think just the Shinanju Stein just reminds you of other Shinanju Steins. That's all.
Wow.
Am I seeing pre-shading in this one too? Yeah.
There's a
Pinch of
little
it,
Yeah.
I would have liked this one for this category better without that, to be honest. If it was just really went hard and pure and precise without the shading with this one, brother, I think this would have really, really hummed a little bit harder. The pre-shading actually works against the dark tones for me in this particular case, because there's a lot of skill there for sure, and I'm not knocking that, but for what you're trying to achieve for this contest, given like what Franz did and what Ryan did and that kind of a thing, I think this would have been a little bit more competitive piece without that. It hurts me for that, and there it knocks it down in that regard. To be truthful,
I feel like the pre-shading gives the orange more vibrancy, but it does work against in the darker tones.
Yeah, because I almost want to weather this now. It's kind of running that. It's not like the other one, but it's just kind of it starts to give it that. And I kind of think he would have been.
You're starting to tip the scales, right? I think.
And that's
It
honestly,
does for me a
Shaka
little
was
bit.
gonna. He was gonna do that. He was gonna do
Was
a
he?
weathered
Okay.
build and then
Yeah, I could
change
see
it.
it. I could see the
Yeah.
conversation happening. Yeah, for sure. But the
I don't know if it
metallics
was
were
because I
quite
said
nice.
I was gonna do it, but
Yeah.
it's not doing the Stein as a weathered. But
Yeah.
All right.
Also, I
so
just
Shaka.
It's a hell
for
of a model.
how cool that gun is, I think you did such an awesome job on that gun. But the pose is a bit awkward. I think in just
it's
an
odd.
awesome just standing pose with the gun just just down. Yeah, I think that build would look really awesome in just a nice neutral pose.
All right. So Shaka, thank you for submitting that build. That was a
Got
fun
two
one.
nicely done.
I like his
All right,
his
so-
comments. They're pretty fun.
Next up, we have what is this gentleman's name? Ramiro, right? Okay, Ramiro. Let's go ahead and share that. Again, I'm a little confused as to.
Oh yeah, the panel lining, yes,
Yeah,
it's
they
full of
clean all the way.
not cleaned up at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with the white, maybe he got his steps wrong and did a matte coat and then started doing the panel line. And then couldn't clean it up
Kind of
afterwards.
feels like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you hit something like that, you got to strip and repaint, especially for a paint contest.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's like basically rub the top right off. Oh golly gee.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely tried to remove it and then just couldn't. Just like I'm out of time. Yeah.
That's the worst feeling in the world. I mean, we've all been there, man.
That's a gut
I will
punch.
say, though, the one thing that I do like about this is that nice kind of orange instead of the yellow, and then the red for the eyes looks nice. It's cool.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of hard to see in there, but when you can see it, if you would have pushed for how messy that panel lining turned out, if you would have just pushed that and just kind of tried to move this more towards this weathering, I think with the colors he
Yeah,
had,
the
the
base.
colors
Just go
working
for
with
it.
are nice. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Just commit already.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the thing. Like with these competitions and stuff, regardless of who's hosting it, whether it's Zach or whoever, you can always contact the host and be like, if it's like one or other, you can be like, hey, I like a weathered, and they're gonna be like, probably be like, okay,
Yeah,
because it's all friendly for the most part.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
A couple people
so,
switched categories or switched kits or whatever. Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I've switched
so
kits in the
Ramiro-
past.
All right. So next up we have Raymond's build.
In the
Raymond's
R's.
Moon. We're in the R. We're getting close.
Raymond.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this needs more accent colors. It's almost pure white.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like a pure one color.
I dig it. I think he was trying to make it look like the unicorn. He's
Yeah,
making a
yeah.
unicorn version of the
Sure.
Moon Gundam, which I don't mind. The unicorn does have like the dark blue for the feet and the backpack, so maybe a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But he's got like some light gray in there. Like looks like the feet are like
Yeah,
light
some
gray.
dark grays.
Yeah, a little bit in the knee,
I mean,
maybe.
there is differences in color. It's just I
Yeah.
think it's very hard to see.
It's 2-1 note. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's some pops of color here and there.
I don't mind it. It also reminds me of the what's it in age? The Genoese, right? It's kind of all white. So, I mean, all white. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, I think there's plenty of detail there. just
Yeah.
because of the design of this kit. It's a super detailed kit, so
Yeah, one good thing is that even though this is mostly one color, you're not losing the detail, which is nice.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, practice the panel line a little better, though. There's some of it's a little bit off here and there. Some of the cleanup on it's a little rough.
Yeah.
Could benefit from a little more precision, but yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah. I got your back on that all white.
It's one of those I want to color change too every time I play with the moon gun.
Yeah, it's a
feel like I
kit.
want to change the colors. Yeah.
I don't have one of those yet.
All right, so we go from an all white to another moon. This time from Riaz Mansour.
Oh, no, that's a wrap, Pabs. It's 9 o'clock. Is it?
Oh, same kit even. There you go.
All right.
Wow. Rapid.
Can you zoom in, Babs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it so? It's all one red? No.
No.
Or is that
No,
pre-shading?
No, looks
Different
like it's a couple.
shades.
Yeah, it's got a couple reds. Some texturing. Looks like some paint issues a little bit. Interesting.
I have seen a really super cool red version of this on Instagram. I forget, not on Instagram, on
I saw
Twitter.
that
I
too.
forget whose it was. It's red and black, sort of like a Sotheby colored one that looks amazing. This one's not quite working for me as well. I think it's just because of the color placement or something. But
Pab, zoom in on the head. What's
Yeah.
going on
Yeah,
in
what's
there?
going on there? Yeah.
Gold.
Looks like he tried to
line.
panel line gold panel line.
oh yeah,
Are those
Yeah.
Not sure what
are those panel lines in the moon?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
green
it's-
though.
Are they?
yeah. It's kind of supposed to be green. It's kind of weird, but
Kind of
Yeah.
psycho
It's supposed to
frame-ish.
be, it's like a cycloframe like glow in there.
Yeah.
but,
Mhm.
I'm not sure
Interesting.
that-
so he wanted to do that in gold instead of green. So I mean, I understand the idea behind that, but yeah, it doesn't quite work.
Right. Yeah. Do you guys want to keep going, or are we done for the night? What do you guys want to do?
I'm fine to keep going a little bit,
Yeah,
but
we can keep going.
How many do we have left? 50?
We have 29 left.
We can't do 29, man.
yeah.
All right, pull up Zachary Rogers since he's been on the last
Since the
few
beginning.
times and he's
Yeah.
shit faced
Right.
right now.
Yeah.
And let's do
the
his
very
and then
least.
call it.
Yeah,
Alright.
fair enough. If anyone else, if you're in the chat right now and you haven't seen yours yet, let us know. But
Yes.
Ooh.
So Zachary Rogers.
Apple Canyons?
Maple
That
whiskey.
is
this is
actually
cool.
candy.
I love a good Origins kit with the
Good
Actizaku
application.
legs.
Good application.
No, I
information,
thought that was,
Mm.
It's a 30-minute mission shield. What is that?
No, it's from the GNX, I believe,
Mm.
Oh, the
or
shoulder armor.
the
Yeah.
Build Divers version of the GNX. One of those. Yeah.
Right.
The shield. Strike.
So this picture right here, zoom back out, Pabs. It looks like an old man trying to get to the bathroom in time.
I'm not gonna.
There's a
You
few
know what I mean?
captions you
Like-
can throw on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's just funny. I mean, the model looks good, no doubt, but it's just the pose was, I don't know, struck me as funny.
that was a little goofy.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm leaking.
Nice kit bash
They
of
said this
Origin
might
parts.
happen.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
I think
Nice
everything
colors.
melds well together. I feel like the shoulder could have had a bit more work done to it.
Some panel
It's a
lining.
bit fair.
I always feel weird about those like stacked cones. As
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
spikes.
Hmm.
For some reason, just it's a weird choice by Bandai.
And then this would have benefited greatly from more decals,
More
a little
decals.
bit more.
Some silvering too, a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah,
Down there. Yep.
The little
Retreat.
bright or bright red, pink, and like bright green little accents on there don't really work with this style. I feel like
yeah.
for MSV style, MSV don't have that kind of thing.
Orientation markers.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Right.
it looks like that, right? Uh-huh.
Port and starboard, but they're on the same side.
Yeah.
All right, so we got
And I think it would have been benefited a lot if you had painted any of those weapons. I think they're all just
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
one color.
Yeah, that's a good point.
okay. So we got another request from
We've got like 4 of them.
Robert.
Is it?
We can
Is that
bust
Robert
it for 'em, no
Kidnash?
worries. We got you guys.
We got
Yeah.
a couple.
What's-
we
what's
got
his-
Lunar.
Yeah, keep
So
going,
we
Zach.
got
Zachary. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find this Wooby guy. Wobby. I can't find
Hey,
his
Wabi.
his build.
Robert. It's Wabi or Robert. Get back.
Guys,
Yeah,
if
Vincent.
you're asking us, if you're in the chat and you're asking us to look at your build, I need to know like the email name because they're all organized by whatever name is on the email. So
Yeah. So I'll do one I can find right now, and that's Vincent Miranda's.
yeah,
So let's
Yeah.
I'll stop this one. So let's go ahead and share that real quick. So Vincent Miranda.
I was hoping to get to Ryan Lauso tonight.
oh yeah,
look at that.
really nice one,
Yeah.
That pre-shading is on the
Oh,
cusp of weathering, man. It's like
It's very heavy, but it
I like it.
I feel like it works. Yeah, it works with this build.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really great photography for this one as well too.
yeah.
I feel like this
It's
man was taking notes from Saintism because this looks like a very Saintism type photo.
Saint.
And Saint wanted to ask on his behalf as well. So yeah.
Oh, there he is, right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's on the cusp. I'm telling you, man. Like one chip, and this whole thing is weathered.
No, I like it on the
One
backpack.
chip, dude.
Yeah, I like it on the backpack.
It's
a
strong
lot.
for me too, to be honest with you. I feel like it's a little strong for me.
Mhm.
For
Yeah.
what this is, but I like it.
It's heavy. It's very
Nicely
heavy.
done.
With, appreciating. But
The
yeah,
application
That's how I roll,
is really
so.
nice.
You know?
Application's really solid though. Like
Yeah, application's good. The pre-shading's heavy. I like the photos. The model itself is very well lit and separated from the deep black background. And that's hasn't been very common in this competition.
Waiting for
But
that button to drop. But
No, I'm just saying. No, it's very well separated,
Okay.
and that shows good lighting and all of that. So no, I'm happy to see it.
for that
But
photo with
no.
the energy sword.
Oh, where's the button?
Go ahead, Julio.
For this being as as painted as it is, the energy swords I feel like could be painted as well. Like you could throw some red and some white in there and fade it in. It'll look really, really nice.
Okay.
The silver bits are nice too. I know that's kind of part of the design. I know the kit had that, so it's not necessarily completely added. You can see like a little bit of mold line up on there. I also like the. I remember talking about this when we talked about it earlier. That a little bit of purple in the blue. It's like slightly purplish, and there's two-tone. There's the secondary tone is like straight up blue, but it's not that easy to see when you're looking at it from afar. It basically just all looks like that
Yeah,
purple
there you go.
blue.
You can see it there. On the...
It's most noticeable on the shoulder. I thought. Yeah.
It's
I
when
think there's a
subtle
little bit of
works.
Yeah,
Subtle
this thing
color
probably
versus
looks like a
working.
monster on the table.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it would look real cool.
Exactly.
If you were walking around like an IPMS and he brought this, I think this would catch your eye for
It
sure.
would catch it.
Totally.
I feel like there's a
Alright.
little bit of a well too, like in the down here in the rib cage on it. There's a
Yeah,
little bit
I
of a
saw
molding
that,
well on the one side. Yeah, you got to watch out for those guys. Make sure that you're
I think-
checking by sanding,
I
correcting.
think I
those.
found.
sink- like a
I
sink
think I
mark,
found.
maybe?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
I think I found
Hey, Wabi
Robert
one?
Taylor's.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wabi one. I think it's if it's this one, let me know if this is the right one.
Yeah.
That's a
Should
nice
be
little SD
Robert
kit bash.
It's nice like from this distance. As you get closer, you start to notice like some thick paint.
Sure.
Yeah.
You just gotta be
Hand
careful.
painted, maybe.
Yeah, just gotta if you're looking to hand paint, just multiple layers, nice and slow, thin layers.
Thin layers. Yeah.
Wait till
The,
one's slightly drying.
The little bit of silvering on the inside of the the mohawk, and then inside the missile pods too. The paint mask, but no panel line to wash out the overspray. You can see that. Yeah, right there. A little bit of a ring. You can kill that with a little bit of oil paint, guys. It takes 2 seconds. Super easy.
When
The
you're
decal on the
using,
shield got kind of obliterated.
a little choppy.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm trying to figure out how that happened. Is that from like the like micro? What's it called? The decal.
So, like I said,
Micro softer, the softer one.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. No, it should. If anything, it's like probably partial silvering because there's a little bit of silvering here and there on stuff. So
Yeah.
it may just be like it lifting very slightly off of imperfections within the.
top coat.
Or maybe if there wasn't like a good adhesion between it, like maybe the modeler was trying to run too quick on the decals and didn't like apply enough pre-solution to allow it to set properly, or over washed it within the in your water or whatever. Got too much of the glue off and too much of the film off.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I think these photos could have benefited from another light source.
Yeah.
White panel line.
This white panel line is a misnomer right there.
So it's
That's
Silver,
very heavy silvering.
yeah.
And then, like, looking at this photo in particular, and the other, the second one right here, I feel like the kit wasn't even what was in focus. I like your plant.
Healthy.
Like, it's healthy, you know. It looks like you
Right.
water it at
Yeah.
appropriate
Green
times.
space.
But you know, we're trying to judge the kit itself, and if it's not what you're looking at, then it's not what we're looking at. So,
Yeah. I think as an overall composition, the kit bash itself it seems to be pretty successful.
Yeah.
The parts, you know, marry up together really quite well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think just focus on painting and
That's a good photo.
Yeah, improve the
is
technical
a great
part. This
photo.
would be really nice.
yeah,
Good stuff.
good
man.
stuff. All right. Did
Yeah,
we
it's cool.
have any other requests before we?
There was
go on?
one lunar, which should be under William,
Yeah.
which was a
Was
Zaku
there-
with Dom legs, I believe it was. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Scrolling screen.
There is 2 Williams. You said Zaku with dome legs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
William Trong.
Chuang. There we go. I found him. Sweet.
Closest thing we got to a Dom in the entire contest.
and
So disappointing, guys.
Lil Fortune says haven't seen my Mark II, so
Mhm.
Okay.
there's that as well.
So
This one reminds me so much of Ryan Lau's Zaku he did for my Zaku contest.
Oh
Just
gosh,
the
back when,
overall
was that
look
when
and
I
finish.
also was in your Zaku contest, Zach?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, the overall look and finish this really reminds me a lot of that.
Can you zoom in, Tabs?
Okay.
yeah.
I like
Anything
the
you wanna
precision of
look
the decal placement.
Yeah.
It's I like the scale of everything a little bit with this one, and the real it is clean in the sense that it's designed clean too with the decals. Like this person really put some almost graphic design thought into it, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
There's some silver and stuff, but yeah.
For how clean it is, I almost wish that it's got that Bandai molding where none of the edges are really that sharp. So if you really sanded this and like really sharpened up all those edges, it would look
Crisp.
Yeah.
really, really nice.
With like a
Crispy.
hardboard, and as opposed to like a sponge. That's what,
Mm.
yeah, making sure that you're adding that cut to the edge, or even add a double chamfers where you get those hard edges, and then that teeny little chamfer looks so good. All my years as a metal worker is coming
guys
out
can,
now.
You guys can.
I
do-
would have. I would have liked to seen a couple of accent colors thrown in here and there. You know, like
I was-
One more, yeah, almost one.
yeah, just switch to a front view, Pabs.
Yeah.
Keep it like
Yeah,
the MSB
It might
style
actually
white.
be two
like right
browns
there.
in there on the chest. There might actually be another like the shades are super subtle. Unless it's just
If they are, I
shadow.
couldn't.
I don't know.
It looks like a shadow.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I
those
see what
two-
Mike's
those
talking
two
about.
chest
Like, in here,
pieces
yeah,
look
like right in
almost-
here, right? Yeah.
It looks like a slightly like just a tick darker.
I agree with Tim that without this green shield, I don't think this would have worked all that well.
Yeah.
Like this I feel like this shield right here.
And I like the shade of green too. That pastel. It's a nice choice. It's a
Yeah.
cool. It's a very cool build. It's stylized to me, in my opinion. Like it's a subtle
Yeah.
stylization of sorts.
See,
I
I would
don't
have
know,
put
because-
pops of color on the knees. You know, those two blocks
Yeah,
underneath
the lower panels. Yeah.
Yeah, there, and then the elbow armor.
Probably pull the feet
Cut
color
on
up
the outer
into
bottom.
something
Yeah.
else, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
That-
or even that gray. You know,
And I would have scribed and chased the back panel on the Dom, because that is a back panel on the Dom legs. That is supposed to be for the Dom Tropin. That is supposed to be a back panel back there. The round.
Around
What it
that
is.
shape.
Yeah, around that edge. Just
Thruster
would
covers.
have kissed that edge. Super easy to chase that at the panel line. Bow.
yeah.
Sensational.
Solid
Okay.
application.
Yeah, man.
Otherwise,
Awesome.
very, very clean. Yeah.
Awesome work. All right, and then that was the last one was from Lil Fortune, right? So this
Low
is
fortune. Yeah.
Lil Fortune. Here we go.
MK2.
Box.
Oh, we just got another one in.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay. So you guys talk about this real quick while I try to find this one.
There's your
Zechariah.
Mark II. Yeah, is it?
Zoom in, perhaps.
I really like the details he added to this. The scribes are nice and clean, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hyper bazooka seems small though, right?
I think
I
that's
mean, I'm sure it's right, but it just
MG.
seems small to me. That's not
Yeah.
the modeler or the but it's just
So I have this kit and I don't remember it being this lanky, so I'm guessing he added some height to this.
Is this the RG or no?
No,
Is
it's
that
the
MG?
This is the
2.0.
MG.
The MG?
This is the
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah.
that RG man.
Yeah, I don't remember it being this lanky, so he must have added some.
I like the accent color on the feet. It helps break up that red a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The black or the yellow?
The orange and
The
yellow.
black.
Oh, the black.
I can't believe it.
It's twice he said he liked the black.
Oh,
Wrong. Tim's sick or something. Tim's got COVID.
You gotta check his
On-
temperature.
Right.
The black on like the top of the foot, I like the on the bottom of the foot though. I don't know if I really like that one
don't
as
like
much.
this?
It makes it
Little-
almost
that
look
little
like it's like
running shoe stripe.
basketball shoes or something. Yeah,
Right.
shoes.
I like the
Nothing wrong
pistons
with
he
that.
added. The fact that he's got them in two tones, the white and the red, and he's got the decal on there. It's a nice attention to detail.
Yeah.
That a lot of people kind of tend to just kind of
It's a very
gloss over.
complete project.
That's what I'm doing with mine.
Always love to see decals on the inner frame as well too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just make sure that you don't fuck off and spend like 12 hours on inner decals like I did in GBWC 2019 or 2018, and then only give yourself 12 hours to finish the rest of the model.
Whoops.
Hey, we all make mistakes. You saw me that day. That was the day I met you, Tim. I was so tired.
Yeah. You were like, hi. I'm
It was a
Brian.
zombie. Yeah, it was a zombie.
How are you?
I couldn't even
It's
remember
got some of
Shane's.
that white or light gray panel lining on the dark parts of the chest too. It looks like so.
Oh
And
yeah.
like some silver panel lining or something on the elbow joint there.
Right here.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
not necessary.
yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
Light.
it's not necessary, right?
Just black, gray, brown if it's yellow, or red. That's all
Now,
you need.
remind me, the shield there, it seems a lot more white than what I remember it to be.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah, this part is supposed to be red. I feel
All
like,
dark.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Look at it.
Don't get me wrong, I like it, but it just I remember it looking different.
I'm
I don't know.
pretty sure you're right.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think there's
Go to
definitely a
that
red.
box art page. I think he's holding the shield in there, isn't he?
Right there.
It's kind of hard
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, it's dark.
You can see it.
The main lower panel has a lot more blue. He made it kind of smaller.
Yeah.
Blue
And he
panel.
eliminated the yellow on the upper component there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then added
I
a
like it.
bunch more panel detail.
Yeah, there we go.
Zach!
I like his version better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it works. I would have really liked to have seen where were we? This right here. I would have really liked to have seen different weights of panel lines on
Scribe
scribe
lines,
lines. Your design
level.
is sound.
Yeah, next level stuff.
Just to add that upper echelon, the next level of it. Just a couple
Yeah.
of different widths would be really helpful here.
Maybe some notches. That would definitely pull
Break it
pull
up.
those lines, into realism.
I would have really liked to have seen this build high res, just to,
Yeah.
to really look at the details and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
the photos are a little fuzzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, so good stuff.
Solid
All right,
work,
so
man. Solid
it's
work.
nice.
we had one more, right? Zechariah and his
From Golden Balls.
Custom golden.
Golden salty balls.
Golden Balls Triple X. Hey.
Put them in your mouth. Suck 'em.
Is it a high mobility goof?
It does look like it, yeah.
Do we lose
The
those?
R35, but no, yeah, those legs are just
Just the
regular
R1As.
high mobility Zaku
Yeah.
legs.
There's some
So I feel like this
texture
has-
there.
some decent application, but it's very one note, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's-
Mhm.
It's a little
It's
grainy, full surface grainy. There's a little texture.
Just because it's just all metallic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that pearl blue kind of.
Yeah.
Love that color blue though.
He chose a really good day to take photos of it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like this really helped
The
accentuate.
dodged
like, this is
hotspots are
indeed.
nicely done. Some Photoshop dodge. Right. The burn tool.
Use the burn tool. Don't
Yeah.
use Photoshop.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are those round things on the front of the shoulder, though?
He added vernier or something, looks like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of those.
It's probably like take on the high mobility Zaku, Psycho Zaku or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're not on the
Even-
back either, so it feels weird, you know.
Yeah. Looks like he added verniers.
The dreaded
Yeah,
mold
underneath there
line
as
on
well,
the
too.
Yeah.
on the waste pipes too.
Those mold lines.
Yeah.
Sand them
those are
down, man.
Those are always tough.
This
to do.
doesn't look
Yeah,
like it's
on the face hoses as well too. Can see
Yeah.
it right up there.
Yeah, like you got to handle that too. You have to do your due
Oh
diligence,
yeah.
my friend.
Yeah, like I said before, it's easy to
We
make a
all know.
checklist and just tick as you go along, and you don't you make sure that you don't miss
Do
anything.
those first, get them out of the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, day one.
I don't,
Especially if you're going like shiny metallics,
Mhm.
all of those imperfections are going to be even more visible.
Pop.
Ooh yeah.
Catch light.
No,
Yeah.
you don't get to hide anything.
It's like a little repair leg on the other side.
Yeah.
but it's covered on this one, so maybe you just want
Yeah,
to
it's just
add this-
showed a little bit of detail, added some detail to that inner frame. Look, kind of skipped the panel line on it, but
There's also a couple of
Divots.
Divots.
Yeah, it looks like
there's
on
some
the,
holidays.
Nub mark.
The big cover pieces on the outside of the legs, which is off in this photo, but that part in the different photos where you can see that looks like you got some sink on there too. That could have been sanded and or puttied a little bit. Yeah, if you zoom in there, it looks like that's maybe a bit of a sink you're seeing in there, or just like some over sanding or something, maybe some kind of scuff on there.
Hard to say. It could be a pooling too. There's a
This
bunch
is-
of layers on this.
Is this
If
a?
you
Is
zoom
this,
in
are
that
these-
backpack photo too, the hand painted thrusters are a little rough too. Maybe clean that up with tape and some more better masking.
Mm.
Definitely.
Tighten that all up.
On the bazooka as well too, it's rough
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
tighten your skills, but this is
Yeah.
cool. Could be
This
super
is- yeah.
cool.
I like the
Good
bash,
starting
man.
point. Yep.
Yeah. High mobility
I
goof.
think it's a good concept for sure. All right.
going.
So I think that was the last request, right? That was,
I think so.
Looks like
Yeah.
it.
All right. Awesome. So with that, guys,
on,
let's
right
call it
on.
a night. Let's go through the round table real quick and see
Sure,
where
sure.
everybody can find everyone. Right.
Starting with me.
Yes, I'm
Hi.
starting with you.
I haven't been on the internet in so fucking long. I self-censored myself. Wow, look at this, guys.
Nice plant.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Healthy.
Looks
It's
healthy.
getting there. I was cutting steel with my hacksaw before we started this
Oh, wow.
to try and get everything to fit because I used to have 11-foot ceilings and now I have 8-foot ceilings.
This
So
man made a 1-to-1 scale bookshelf.
I made 1-to-1 everything. That's how I started. Actually, no, I
drinking, though.
started.
Cheers to that.
I'm always drinking. It's part of my style. It's just you guys can find me on the Kodokai YouTube channel. We're going to be starting streams very soon because shit's getting going. And I'm looking forward to it because it's been a very, very long time since I've touched any of the cool things that I'm working on. I really look forward to hanging out with all of you people out there that are joining us this evening. If you want to come join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays on my regular live streams, you are more than welcome to come through and stop by and say hi. We'll be talking about crazy cool stuff and having a good time and sharing tips and tricks and what we're working on and kind of like bantering. So it's been a pleasure to hang out with you guys and talk. So thank you again and have a good evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brian. All right, this guy.
What up, guys? Yeah, I don't build anything anymore because I'm
You
a
lie.
lazy bum,
liar.
and my own creativity gets in my own way. But hopefully soon, I'm going to start this Harrier 2 Plus that I've pulled out of storage, and I'll post some pics on IG. You can find me on IG on Gunpla Ronin, and then every other Saturday, I like to hang out on my own channel at Gunpla Ronin on YouTube, doing little shit talking about builders and their build and all that other stuff. But other than that, you'll catch me hanging out with one of these guys in their stream. So I'll see you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Anything but Gunpla, Ronan.
Right.
Stuff. We got,
You know,
Oh,
this
he's awake.
competition was great, and I'm glad everyone submitted all their work. They went so hard to try to make the best things that they could. If we didn't get to your build, you can always submit on Critical Builds Instagram link. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on some mechanism where we're gonna talk shit about Pabs and the way he puts his finger inside of his brain hole,
They're never gonna let you live that down.
pulls it out, and he's like, "I'm gonna eat this."
You're screwed.
This looks delicious.
Delicious.
excuse me. I have a little bit of cloth, and at least put it on the scone. Okay.
Put it on digestive.
Look, it's a booger digestive.
I love that it was so specific.
Wow.
Tim?
How do I follow that shit up? Anyway.
You can't.
Fucking hell. I'm Tim, ChildofMecha.
No.
www.ChildofMecha. ChildofMecha on all the social medias. I hate your builds. I hate doing this. I hope this is the last one. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I mean, it's just, there are certain aspects of this that I'm not a fan of. Anyway, like Julio said, y'all did a great job. And if you want feedback, ask Pabs and the boys. Don't ask me. And we'll see you tomorrow on Mechanism.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Booger digestives. Hello. You can find me around in different places. Just search. And guys, if you haven't, go back and check out the videos that I posted the last couple of days that were throwback videos, lost tape videos.
Yes.
From Japan. Check those out.
Especially part 2.
Especially part 2. So please put that photo up there of Tim.
It's great. It's awesome.
Wow.
There you go.
I fucking love it. That is typical. That is typical. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, check out those videos if you haven't.
How's
It's
that
great
profile
nostalgia to reminisce of a time when we could all actually travel around and
Hey,
go to
it's
Japan.
coming around. It's coming around.
Heady days coming back.
Yeah, those videos made me remember how clean Japan actually is.
Yeah.
How what?
How clean Japan is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
whenever I go to Asia, I go to like Philippines or
Mm.
like, I've been to Korea, and Korea can be a little bit like just trash everywhere, dude.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I just also wanted to say that, as I mentioned earlier, if anybody missed it, that next contest will be announced next week. And someone said in the comments too that they were hoping that there will be an opportunity for unpainted kit bashing, and there will be an opportunity for that in this coming contest
Interesting.
as well too. So
Very
if that's the
interesting.
thing that you want to do, you will have an opportunity to do that in the next contest. So I'll announce that with Adam on the USA Gundam TV live stream next Friday, and then I'll do a video on my channel as well too about that.
Sweetness.
More details, but
Very nice.
I can tell you who the guest judges are going to be if you want to know. It's going to be Kevin Zhang, and Win I'm Wong. So a couple of,
Shit.
Nice.
couple of
Sweet.
multiple-time GBWC winners there again as well too. So
Oh, but I beat him at OMC. Oh,
Hmm.
All right. Thank you, Zach. And then finally, Mr. Rinaldi.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys letting me participate today and hang out with you guys. It's always fun. Michael Rinaldi Studio Press. You can find me on all my socials at Rinaldi Studio, Facebook and Instagram. So about to go live myself actually. I'm a few days away from launching my own YouTube channel once and for all. I know I've been talking about it for a while, so it's kind of good to finally get all the little technical stuff out of the way, and I'm getting close. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to the new contest, whatever Zach's got planned. And thanks again, guys, and good job for everybody, Clean and Weather both. Some really good builds in this contest to enjoy and judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you,
Good
Michael. Thank you.
times.
Appreciate it, man. All right.
Mhm.
And then, that's it. If we didn't get to your builds, guys, like Julio said, just go to my Instagram profile or Critical Builds profile, and there is a link tree that the submission form is in. submit it that way, and then we can take a look at it. We can spend a little bit more time on it if we have to, if you guys want us to.
Just submit it.
But yeah, hopefully we'll see. I don't know why I'm so purple today. We will see you guys tomorrow for Mechanism, and then we'll announce the next episode of Critical Builds.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we'll announce when the next Critical Builds is tomorrow. So we'll see you guys then. Take it easy. Have a good night, and
Enjoy a chicken sandwich.